From Ford Video Guy Studio in Salina, Kansas, it's McArthur Live with Tim Bartz and Sarah Davis. For all the information on ordering and production, Ford news, recalls, debunking all the fake news on social media, and whatever's on their mind, here's your hosts, Tim and Sarah. Welcome into episode 162, believe it or not. So hopefully you guys are having a great week so far. It's cooled down a little bit here in Kansas.
Yeah.
It was pretty warm last week and even in the 90s on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
But it's cooled down, and we brought out the sweatshirts today. So, so hopefully you guys are having a great time. Hopefully it's cooling down where you're at, and you're avoiding any kind of storms. We had some storms recently, too. So, anyway, so we are, by the way, we are recording this as a podcast, so you can listen to it on your favorite podcasting streaming platforms. You can also find it on our website, FordVideoGuyMedia.com. You can find it there as well if you want to listen to it there, download it. That kind of stuff, and as well as we're going to talk more about our website a little bit because we're doing more and more on the website. It's a great source for you guys that are wanting to stay up to date on things, and so there you go. We'll get into that a little bit later, but hopefully everything's going well. So I saw you this weekend.
Yes.
Birthday party.
Yep. That was a fun time.
Yeah, it was fun. And gosh, what happened Sunday? I don't know. I did some work Sunday night. But
we went over to my in-laws to have dinner to celebrate my birthday, Lebo's birthday, and Lee's birthday, my father-in-law. So
there you go.
We made some steak, had some wine, chilled.
Is this weekend the weekend that?
Yes.
Oh boy. Camp out with the grandguns, the two oldest, right?
Yeah.
The Dino Park.
Yep. In a tent.
Yes. I think they did. No, they provide tents and they can provide sleeping bags, but we're taking our own. So anyway.
Yeah.
So it might be cool. We'll see. Anyway, I don't know if we're doing that Friday night or Saturday night. I don't know.
Saturday night.
Okay, good.
She got the last slot on Saturday.
There we go. So yeah, that ought to be fun though. So we'll see. I've been training myself. You know this.
Do you want to know what I have going on? Let's see. Tomorrow's picture day for Will. Thursday, we're sending the dog to the vet. Friday, I have a dentist appointment. So does Will. Saturday, I have the Canton Market vendor sale. The monster truck is going to be over here at Marshall. So Lebo's going to take them over to that while I'm in Canton. And then you guys are taking Will for the dino sleepover. And on Sunday, we have Live on the Lot.
Yeah, I don't. Life in the Lot. If you're around, you can $10 and get tickets off our website. Actually, there's a link to a site that you can get tickets. All the proceeds go to fallen firefighters, right?
Yes.
Which is a really good opportunity to kind of support them. And so if you're in the area, there you go. And if you purchase a vehicle between now and then, you get 4 VIP complimentary. Can't say free. I don't know why you can't say free. But complimentary passes. There you go.
Free makes
to the VIP
like
section or whatever. Anyway.
Yep.
I don't know if I'm going.
I was going to see if you and Mom could watch my boys, and then Julie was wanting to come, so maybe Jaden too.
I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. It's not my speed.
It's country music.
Yeah, country. I don't know any of this. I won't know any of the songs.
You know, Lebo actually, his band was a cover band for country artists. He will not listen to country music anymore.
Anyway, it's a good time, and it's a great opportunity for people to, especially community and all that, to get together. But the neighbors do not like it though. So the dealership's located. There's a highway, but on the other side, there's some neighborhoods, and they do not like it. There's not a lot of neighborhoods around here, but kind of over in that area.
It's the same as how I can hear Riverfest from my house.
Yeah, say we're good.
And
Yeah, Riverfest.
Blocks
right?
upon blocks upon blocks.
They
I'm
can't,
5 minutes away from that park.
they can't complain. They've like called the cops on us and stuff. I'm like, we have permits, so
And then I
Good
can
luck.
hear the football marching band or a high school marching band every single Friday.
yeah. Well, I think the evening is one thing, but then all afternoon they're like rehearsing
Oh.
and sound checks. So anyway, oh well, it'll be good time. But there we go. So all right, and I know that Niles will be busy that night with his drone, doing some drone footage stuff. Anyway, so it'll be a good time. All right, see what else is going on. Don't forget that to make sure you're subscribed and everything to the channel. Hopefully you guys are. We're going to talk Super Duty tonight. So very unusual for me to do this on a live stream, but we are going to actually go through the order guide. And basically this segment is going to be the video that I always do the videos on what's new, what's changed for each model year for the different models. And we're going to record that tonight during the live stream on the On My Mind section at the end. And then, of course, we'll take your questions live on any questions you might have about that. We'll be covering all that. So we'll cover that. I'll go to this screen, and then when I'm done covering everything, then we'll open it up for questions about Super Duty. So we'll leave most of the questions on Super Duty now. 24 production, you got questions on that, or order banks for 25 during the scheduling stuff. But otherwise, we're going to hold most of the Super Duty 25 Super Duty questions till the end for that. So hopefully you guys can stick around for that. And yeah, first time really doing it that way. But I thought, if I'm going to cover here, why not just record it and we'll just repurpose that. So you'll find that video will go live tomorrow. So this that are live on tonight, you don't have to watch it tomorrow night. So, all right, or tomorrow morning, I should say. All right, what else is going on? Yeah, and because we are bringing out the stuff. We do have merch, so if you want to go to our merch site, you can. It's just available out there. It's actually more for me than it is anything. You keep forgetting, don't you? They're wanting the Maverick meetup shirts that happened like 2 months ago.
Sorry, guys.
Anyway,
he got me the logo and I forgot. He got it to me at the end of the day.
Anyway, we'll get that done. Recent videos we've done. Let's see. Maverick Monday the other night. Yesterday. The other night. That's just yesterday. On how you can get one of those. We got a truckload in yesterday. They're all sold though. That we think they're all sold.
We got them all. They're all sold.
We got a truckload. I looked them up. All of them are for sold customers, custom orders. They're none of our stock units. But somebody might have decided not to take them. We haven't booked all the deals yet. So we're getting a hold of those customers and everything. So hopefully they're all sold for us. But maybe one or two will be available. It looks like when I was putting them in, there were some XL Ecos, X1 XL hybrid, some XLT hybrids, Lariat hybrid was in there.
Yeah.
But anyway, but we're going to get more truckloads in because this truckload here, I wasn't expecting until like next week. So that
we actually had some members on that truckload.
Yeah. Oh, Brian, I didn't notice. Was Brian's listed?
Yes.
I didn't realize he had ordered one.
Also, the other.
So I think that one was an XLT hybrid or Eco. I don't remember. Anyway.
I got you.
I saw that in there. So anyway, yeah. There you go.
All right, because I know we had 2 members show up. We have Brian Foster and Jason Flowers. So
okay.
Jason and Brian are both have their orders here. Brian had a hybrid XLT. They will not be taking it. They ended up leasing a mach-e. No, they ended up leasing a mach-e. And then Jason had an EcoBoost Lariat.
Got that sun's just hitting just at the right time again.
In the mornings, it hits me in the face.
Yeah.
I have about 10 minutes that I can't see my screen. I'm going to be glowing
here in a little bit during this thing. I noticed there was a video I watched the other day where I did price protection, and it was that way. I was like, oh, wow. So,
yeah. I'm at that point of the year where I have 10 minutes of non-productivity.
It's just this glass right here. We could put up one of those signs. Would probably fit up there. It just needs to go between that and the on-air sign. Anyway, we might have
pretty.
To. We might have
really pretty.
Yeah, it looked good. Anyway, all right. So enough about talking about that. See, yeah. So anyway, we got those coming in too, and so that'll be a lot of fun. But let's see, what else videos do we have go live last week? I don't know. We had some videos go live while we were gone. We were on a quick trip to Detroit for something. You guys will find out about in about another week. week and a couple days. So anyway, all right. Let's see what else we got going on. All right,
You'll see some.
don't forget about some of the channels we support, or we like to. I wouldn't say support. We like to watch down description, including of course Ragnar, one of our members. He's got his channel down there. Make sure to check it out. He does a lot of how tos and everything. In fact, I didn't record a video today, but I did do something to the Bronco today. But I didn't record it because it was a repair. Remember the back latch on the IAG latch broke because it's say it sent me a better version of it, but I just put it in. I didn't do a video on it, so I kind of broke it on my trip to Colorado. But they said actually we have a better version now, so let's send it to you. So, or just the latches are better now. So now they're like solid. Those suckers are solid. So
yeah.
Anyway, so they're not going to break. All right. Anyway, so I did that, and we're going to do some fun videos like that. And let's see who else. Of course, All Train Nation. They're on our member live. Dave came on the member live, and I think they're going to be traveling to Texas, do some driving some vehicles. And there's a Thursday press day. Really, I was really tempted to go down there for Thursday just for the press day and come back. I was tempted, but
yeah,
we'll see. They'll report to us, so they'll get us all the tidbits of information. Supposedly Ford's revealing something there. I don't know. I got a feeling what it is, but anyway. And then so they're gonna be them. And then Johnny's Character and Reviews. I don't know if he's in here tonight, but he is a lot. As well as we got Bird Dog Off-Road Adventures, which I think he's gonna be going to SEMA.
Ooh. Maybe we can meet up with him.
Maybe. I know Dave and Kelly are going to SEMA too. So anyway,
there might be a lot of meetups.
Maybe.
Or not, because SEMA is a beast.
Yeah, it gets busy, and then I want to do it differently. But this year we won't try to jam it all into one day like we did last year.
Yeah, but Vegas is a beast.
Well, since I haven't booked any hotels and flights yet,
you need to get on that.
Yeah, then we might have a hard time getting a decent hotel anyway. So, hey, we just need him to stand right there. All right. Anyway, let's see. Okay. All right. Moving on. So, what's in Tim's cup tonight? Let's just start with that, and then we'll get into the other tidbits of information. Oh, wrong one. I just need to remove this one. There. Now we won't get it confused. So what's in Tim's cup? So you guys can figure that out while we talk about membership real quick. And we just bring up membership because we enjoy our members and those that want to become members. And it's just let's just tell them what we get.
Mm-hmm. Oh, if you'd like that to join us, it's that join button right there beside the subscribe button. If you are an iPhone user, you'd have to do things differently. You have to go up to the big A and little a of your desktop browser and request desktop website.
Yep. And you're going to find all kinds of, I think we do a good job of putting out some good membership content out there. We, on the membership tab, you'll find, a couple different things. We'll do a lot walk where I usually talk about a couple different things that are on my mind, as well as on Fridays, we do a member live, and we have a lot of fun in there as well. And a lot of ideas come from the members and videos. So that's why we really cherish our members and enjoy our members in there as well. So we'll do a couple of those, and then some other posts too that you guys will see. Maybe some things that I might not normally not put even on social media or something out there, but a lot of times I might post it for members and such there as well. So anyway, so we like our members, and we do member shout outs.
Yes. Sorry.
You ready for those?
Someone said that the chat's wonky, so I was trying to figure that out. But yes. All right. I do have some members starred in here. John Robinson joined us as a new member tonight.
All right. Welcome, John.
We also have Ford Enthusiast in the house. Ridgeview is one of our moderators. He greets everyone as they come in. He is also our longest standing member.
Yep.
And he is wonderful at what he does. We also have Niles Gridley in here. I know he posted. There it is. He is our aftermarket specialist in-house. If you have any aftermarket questions, you can tag at Niles Gridley, or that is his email if you have any of those for him. And he is also a moderator. He helps us keep it lively.
Yep.
We have our Quibido saying howdy. Jack Evans, hello all. Prayers to those in North Florida, Tallahassee area. This is a bad one. So they are currently getting hit with a storm. We have Francis Arrigo here. Martin says evening. Rushman, good evening, everyone. Ghostang, Nightwolf, and Bucko are all here. Mike M says, finally getting some good rain here. Has been so dry. I got caught with the staying top down. I was actually in high school. My science teacher had a Jeep that he would put the top down on.
Mm-hmm.
And in the middle of class, it started raining. He's like, I have to go. And he left class to go put the top up on his on his Jeep. He, of course, yelled to the teacher across the hall, like, 1 second, which he knew what was going on when that happened. That was Smitty. That was the swim coach.
Oh, it's funny.
We also have Mab Sim asking, what's in that cup? Any guesses? Paul Newbert made it. We have Midcoast Maine. Alan is here, along with Mab Sim saying, jackets. Ouch. It's not that cold, but it is nice to have a little bit of heat. Scott Harris does it. Wait, that's a question for later. We have Allie, an honorary member. Chris is here. Good evening from Seattle. And they wondered what was in my cup because you can't really tell on screen if that's Baja because of how green it looks on screen. Like, oh, look at it now. It's neon. I put my hand behind it. It looks right.
Oh, there you go.
All right. We also have Douglas here. Let's see. That's who I had.
All right. And Allie was wondering if the order banks ever opened up for us.
Yes, I had that start.
Okay, so here's a deal on that. So this morning I get up, of course, and it's like now for me, Tuesday is always my late day. So I usually sleep in a little bit. And when I got up, it was about 8:30, right? Actually, I got up before that, but about 8:30, I look and see if the order guide is available on Super Duty, because I know, okay, order guide usually comes out in the morning and then order banks open up later. And when I see that Ford Media has put out an article, media.ford.com, saying order banks are open, and I still go over to FMC dealer and the order guide's still not available. And I'm like, okay, so first of all, if Ford's watching this, stop having an article put out saying that that the order banks are open up when they don't open up until the afternoon. So here's the story. I've seen this happen for the last year and a half at least. Order banks don't open up until the afternoon, and usually at the very end of the business day. So from what I understand, there's 2 times that the webdo refreshes and changes can be made, or changes made go into effect. And one of them is in the morning pretty early, right around the start of the business, maybe at 8 or 9 Eastern, somewhere around there. And the other one is in the afternoon around 3:30 Central, about 4:30. So at the end of the business day in Detroit, right? That's typically how that works. And so I have noticed on not one for the last year that has an order bank actually opened first thing in the morning. It's always been in the afternoon.
Yeah.
So don't write an article saying order banks are open now. People are going to go, for one, if people started going into dealerships when they put that out, we didn't even have order guides. We have no idea what's changed on these. Right? We don't know, right? We know there might be some new features based on what Ford tells us, but we can't do anything and we can't order. Allie, as you can see, she said, were you able to put any orders in? No, but it is open right now. So probably opened up at the very end of the day, probably 3 hours ago, is when it probably opened up. So you can order now. I noticed that. I don't think we have an order in here because, again, we close at 5. And so there aren't any orders put in at our dealership yet. We do need to get an order in there for one of our members, Henry, there for his F450. Get that put in there for him. But yeah, so that's typically how it works. Not to go on a rant or anything, but Ford, you could easily in that article say order banks to open up later today, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Then that would help. That would help dealers out.
Because sitting there waiting.
Well, and then for us, you got to understand, here's the order guide. This is just, you guys can see, this is the order guide, how long it is. That is just for pickup. That is not for cab chassis. That is for the beds. That's 250s, 350, 450s, right? And this is all the information, right? And so that's the order guide. That's how thick it is. And we got it this morning. It did become available finally, I think 9 o'clock my time, maybe. But again, we haven't even had a chance to look at it. So if we have people walking the dealership 9, 10 o'clock, I want to order a Super Duty. Great. I can't order one, first of all, but I do have an order guide we can go through together because I even haven't had an opportunity to go through it. But for one, it'd be nice if these order guides would be available to dealers before they were available before the order banks open up, but maybe before customers know about it would be great as well. So anyway, we'll go through this together. So Allie, we'll go through it together if you want to stick around. We'll go through and get to that because that order guide for the Super Duty is very complex. It is different. I don't
even try with Super Duty, and I will be truthful about that. I do not try with Super Duty. You have a question, I'm pulling up the order guide, or I'm going to go ask one of our specialists who do nothing but look at Super Duty order guides all day.
So they do this. So it is different than the others. The others where they'll list all the standard XL equipment. Here's the base trim. Here's what's all standard. And then they have an optional page for that trim level. They don't do that on Super Duty. And then when you go to the next trim level, the next page, like XLT would say, you get all of the XL equipment plus these added features. No, they don't do it that way. They do it like this. That's the major product summary, and this left side is the XL. But then on top of that, after they get down to that, then they have the standard features, which, as you can tell, I crossed out some because some of those features are included in these features. I don't know who decided to do this, but at some point somebody could say, why do we have to do it the way we always have? Why can't we do it like the other models? Anyway, it's a little confusing. So we're going to go through that. And as you can tell, I highlighted some stuff so I can tell you, I get into this stuff. When I do an order guide, I actually found a typo.
Yes.
Yeah, I found a typo. Well, not just a typo, but a totally wrong feature because of something that's changed. They forgot to change it in one place. But they'll have the major changes sheet. You'll see my scribbles at the bottom. Those are things that are not on that sheet, but are changed from the order guide from going through every single page. And I only went through the standard equipment. I haven't gone through the optional equipment, but didn't have time. But as you can see, there's a bunch of things that are not listed at the top. And that's what I try to do. And so I'm probably more thorough than almost anybody else when it comes to what's really changed, what's different, and everything else. So we'll get into all that. We'll have fun with that. So anyway, hope you guys stick around for that part. All right. I got Mountain Dew in my cup.
You got Mountain Dew? Regular Mountain Dew?
I got regular Mountain Dew. I got that earlier about 5 o'clock and still working on it. So anyway, so there's that. All right. You got Baja Blast.
I do. I was going to go through the Taco Bell drive-thru and grab a large, but they had like 5 people in their line. I was like, I'm not doing that. Quick shop it is.
Oh, there you go. Now you can get that there. All right. We have stickers to open. I actually already opened them because I take pictures ahead of time so we can just stick it on there. Did you notice? I got all the patches for the
Woo!
No, I don't have Tennessee up there, but technically I haven't been to the off rodeo Tennessee. But so we have all the patches up there because when I went to some of the locations, they didn't have the patches, so I got them through Bronco Nation's website. But
You're gonna need another board.
so I got all the patches for the Bronco off rodeo up there,
You're gonna need another
and they're
one.
in order the way I attended them too. I don't know if you saw that.
Now I do.
Anyway, there we go. All right, let's open these up. So we'll get into this, and then we'll get into doing members. Are we done with member shoutouts?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought we finished that. So okay, all right. So this one here is from David, and I think David actually has sent me some before. We did sticker swap before, but this time we did a patch swap. So it's Dave O. Kelm. I like how he added. Here's a sticker and his patch. I like the adventure awaits. He's got his little dog in there. So Jeff wants his redone, his mach-e. He wants to put a little astronaut for Rocket Man in there.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, there's patch. Says thanks for the swap. We met at Bronco Supercell in Tennessee. Remember? Yes, I remember. So there you go.
That one has a halo.
Oh,
It's an angel dog.
it's an angel dog.
That means you lost it.
There we go. All right, and this is from Springfield, Illinois. The board's full. We had to go to the second one.
Second board.
Second one, and they're on our wall over here. We'll have them there, but I think we're gonna put them right here in these two spots. I hate to cover up Niall's beautiful photo up there.
Guys are on all of them.
Yeah. Anyway, all right. So this in here is Cactus Jack 2021. It's in his patch. It's like a Halloween patch.
Ooh. Oh, I saw that one today.
And so these they're from this people are from Illinois. Cactus Jack 2021. Cactus _ Jack 2021. Thanks for the swap. Little card. And then sticker go along with it. And I think do I have him already up on this board?
I want to say yes.
I think we did a sticker, but not a patch swap. But I thought I got everybody's patches anyway. Some of these people they got patches after I did. So anyway.
What color is he?
Got a magnet too. Got a list of magnets over here. Got all these Halloween. Maybe they're
There he
sending them
is.
out because they wanted Halloween.
He had a dog.
Oh,
No, that's Cactus Jack Bronco.
Yeah, this is Cactus Jack 2020.
I don't think you swapped with him before.
All right. There we go. We'll put that on there. And he's got a Halloween themed one too. A couple of them. That's pretty cool.
Do you think Jeff would do a Halloween theme for me?
We have like an in-house digital guy that can do some pretty cool stuff. All right, this one's these people from Ohio.
He's also my brother.
Yes. So this is it says Bucks
I swapped
up
with them.
in Ohio. I like that. I don't. There's a Goodyear blimp from like Ohio? So
I don't know. Hi, Dave.
there's the sticker. And they got some pretty cool. I like all these extra ones. I like the campfire. I'm into camping, right? And your mom loves her roasted marshmallows. So, and then a little guy. And there's their. Oh, you got that one on there. That's their Bronco.
Ah, do you want?
Put the patch on there. All right. And lastly, Wendy from California. And of course, I'll be posting these on Instagram if you want to get their information and swap with them. You can. This in here is what's this? Indy's Whip. Pretty cool. It's pink background.
Ooh.
They got the everybody's doing the little poker chips. Getting a collection of those over there. There's the Bronco. And I love the adventure awaits, and it has United States. I like that. So cool. And another sticker.
Did you want the Bronco for Buck Up in here?
We'll figure it out later. Anyway. So I enjoy the sticker swaps. Right now, I'm pausing the sticker swaps because I'm out of patches. I have patches coming. So
what she did is she took her patch and she took a picture of it and made it her sticker.
Oh. Yes. There you go.
All right.
All right. Getting the second board there. And of course, I have a board for each of the different events. That way I don't have to find out whether or not, hey, did we swap with you or not? So
All Terrain Nation, I think he does have yours.
it's on there. Right down there.
Look
at
right
that.
there.
And that's no longer now. Now we need a Raptor one.
I think you also had
their Mustang somewhere. At one point, we had these on my cooler, and we took them off and put them on the board, on this board.
I have him over there. I have the Mustang sticker over there.
Oh, I think I put it on one of my mugs.
Cups.
Yep.
There's a weight.
Oh, and we got a Raptor, his Ranger Raptor.
No, we don't have that one on here.
Oh, it's on the Tennessee one over there.
Yes.
It's on the Supercell Tennessee. Yeah, because we got those at Tennessee, so they're over there.
Dave, if you're sending him new ones, let me know.
All right. Anyway, so we like her.
I'll send some of mine to you because I haven't swapped with you yet.
Yep. He's got to. You might want to wait until you do any mods. I've had to do like 2 or 3 sets now because of all the mods. I'm like, I actually do want to get a graphics. So there might be another version coming. We'll see. Anyway. All right.
It's all about the, at this point, everyone's doing so many mods and changing things. It's more about the addition of sticker that you have.
Right. All right. Do you have a good dealer moment?
Somewhere.
We might have to start doing a sticker swap slide.
Yes. All right. Here we go.
Go for it.
All right. We have Kendallville, Indiana, Max Platt Ford Lincoln Inc. It's a family-owned dealership that treats the customers and employees with respect. Oh, I didn't see this part. He works in accounting.
Ah.
So does that validate it? He dealt with the sales manager, and he works there.
Ah.
But it's family-owned and treats customers and employees with respect.
There you go.
So Kendallville, Max Platt Ford, Lincoln Inc.
There you go. All right. Okay. Well, I think we're ready to get into scheduling. Ready for that?
Yes.
Any questions getting it before we get into that?
I actually have like 7 questions tagged in there. Do you want
Does that have to do with scheduling or something else?
Maverick trimmer, last chance to change my order, plan using the 12-inch screen on Super Duties? No, not on scheduling, other things.
Well, let's get them. Let's do it.
Yes.
All right. Does a 2025 Maverick trimmer, since it has a spray and bed liner, get pushed out further? No. It's when you add it as optional equipment, and really spray and bed liner is not a holdup on the Maverick anymore. So what else we got? When is the last chance to change my order on a Maverick? There isn't a last chance until it schedules. So if it gets scheduled, then it's going to be a hard time to do that. But I would say they schedule on Thursdays. So if you're going to make a change, make it like Wednesday. Like usually I say Monday through Wednesday is a good days to make changes to orders. It says, I was thinking of adding the hard roll-up bed cover. I wouldn't. Just don't. I mean,
yeah.
Here's the thing. If you put the bed cover on there, it'll come from the factory with the bed cover when they decide they can schedule it. again, they can only make, because somebody actually, they build a vehicle, they take it to a mod center, it goes there, and they can only put on so many of those in a day. So because of that, your production number is smaller. So when you already have to deal with the fact that it might be, this or that equipment, that equipment, that equipment. When you add that on there, that just adds to it. So yes, does it save you money in the long run? Yes, because if you have the dealer do it for you, it's going to be the cost of the bed cover plus the install. So it will cost you more. So I guess that's where you have to decide. Am I willing to wait to save the money of the install, or would I rather have it here and I can have the dealer install it and pay a little extra, or install it myself? So those are the things you have to decide on that. But it will more than likely take longer for yours to get scheduled. The biggest thing is the orders at your dealership. I mean, if you're like the only one there and they get plenty of allocations and they even do some stock scheduling, then you probably won't be held up. But if you're at a dealership where, like for us, we have 23 allocations and we have over 39 orders. 10, I think I figured out. No, 23, there's like 31 orders. There's 9 of our orders that won't get selected for scheduling this week. So 23 out of whatever that number is, 32 are going to get scheduled. 9 will not get scheduled. So if you were at our dealership, your order probably would be one that wouldn't schedule. So just that's something to just think about. So hopefully that helps. Let's see what else. All right. Does Ford plan on using the 12-inch screen in all Super Duties like in the F-150? We'll talk about that. No, not really. I think XL still has we're talking about the center stack screen, I assume, if not.
Yeah.
Not the other? I don't know. Let me look. I can't remember now. Oh my gosh, that's small. Okay. Productivity screen is 4.2. And then the other screen's an 8-inch and the XL. So then when you go to XLT, it doesn't change. And you go to Lariat is when you get the bigger screen, I believe. Yeah, that's when you get the 12-inch screen. So XLT is 8-inch center stack screen. Go to 12-inch screen on the Lariat. But again, we'll get into more of that and just when we get to the Super Duty. All right. I see we'll get into some. Maybe I should hold some of these Super Duties. But yes, just to answer in case you're not here, I seen they eliminated the Lariat, the limited trim, and the Super Duty. In theory, technically they did. So there's not a limited, but there's a Platinum Plus. So think if you've watched the F-150, that's what they've done. So your F-150 is a Platinum with black appearance package, basically, is standard. And then they have a Platinum Plus, which is basically your limited. So they've done the same thing with the Super Duty. So your Platinum Plus is your new limited now. So, all right, what else we got here? On my Maverick, the driver door lock, I get out, then I need to unlock on the other side. Did Tim have problems on a Maverick? I didn't have an issue with the locks. So your driver's door is locking when you get out. Definitely need to check your service department for that. That's not a known, like, it's not happening regularly, I don't believe. Other people can answer that if they want to on there. So let's see what else we got here. Okay, F-250. This is another F-250 question. The 10-speed transmission seems like it's always hunting for the correct gear. It lags going from third gear to fourth and fifth. And is Ford going to initiate a recall? I don't know. I mean, more than likely it would be a TSB first, a technical service bulletin, before a recall. Typically, we see recalls when it's a safety concern and not just a performance concern. Sometimes we'll see TSBs for that. And then McArthur, in your opinion, what are the 2 biggest or newest options? We'll get into that. I'm going to hold off on that one there. So we'll hold off on that one. Because there's one that is no one's really talking about that's been deleted that I'm floored. I just can't believe they did it. So we'll get into that. I'll save it. I'll save that. If you actually read my article that I wrote today, that's funny for me because I didn't do well in English, so it was cool. And here I am writing articles. But anyway, if you write an article, it actually they do talk about it. But all right, let's get into scheduling, and then we'll keep getting those questions there for me, and we'll answer those. But all right. All right, so we're going to get into the scheduling information for this week. And again, this is just information for this week, not for, overall. So sometimes there's some notes in here that only apply to this week. And some are carried over from, seems like from week to week. But there we go. All right, first, let's talk about our terminologies here. We got to make sure we do that first. So that right there. There we go. All right. So to start off with, so the order bank, what we're talking about is scheduling here for your orders. Those orders are placed in the order bank. That is where the dealers are placing their stock in the retail orders. Those orders can be either a retail order, a stock. I didn't put in here fleet, but technically fleet orders are put into Webdo's system as well. Customers orders are retail orders, and then stock orders are for dealer or stock inventory. All right, and then priority code, those are priorities given to those orders. They can the dealer can give them anywhere from the default is a 19 on those retail orders, but they can change it to a 03 through a 19 to kind of stack or tier up their orders. And stock are anywhere from 20 to 80. So when Ford pumps those stock orders in, they always put them as 80. As dealers, if you're smart, you'll move those to 20 so you can see which ones are your orders versus their orders. The lower the better. So, like for us, if we put in our own stock orders, then they're going to be looked at before Ford's, unless it's a configuration that Ford needs, and that's why they put it in there. But that's how that'll work. So that's why retails are always looked at first. Now, scheduling, that is when Ford schedules an order for production dates in future months. So a lot of the ones we're talking about here is they're going to get scheduled now for dates in November for a lot of these. And then production dates, they can be scheduled to the week first, and then as they get closer, they'll schedule to the day. Allocations. Now, Ford gives dealers allocations to schedule their orders, and those allocations are given based on their sales volume, or their sales velocity is what they like to call it. That is how many they sell versus how many is still in stock. So a lot of times they'll look and say, okay, because they sell this many, or this is how many we want to give them, but they're overstocked right now, and they have a bunch coming in. So because of that, they're not going to get as many allocations as they might normally get. But whereas if they're the other way around, where they sell a bunch and we sold down of our inventory and don't have as many, then we'll get maybe a larger number than usual. All right. And then an order cannot be scheduled without an allocation, though, just so you know that. Even if a dealer has, like for us, we have over 30 Maverick retail orders. We have 23 allocations. That doesn't cover all of our orders. That can happen. And so it doesn't matter how many orders you have. Your allocations are based on your sales production and how many you sell. Constraints, those are options that may be in short supply or it'll take longer to build. The capacity, that kind of runs into there, and it shows you, what are the capacity of scheduling and such. A lot of times those upper trim levels, they don't make as many than some of the lower trim levels. And so you have to think about that when placing orders. And then job 1 and 2, Ford will split that into 2 different job runs. If they want to introduce something new in job 2, then they'll allow that for job 2. We're seeing that on Bronco Sport and Maverick right now, where like Lobo and some other features on the Maverick aren't going to be available till job 2. Bronco Sport, that's those Sasquatch packages are going to be a job 2 production. And then balance out, that's the end of production or the balance out a particular model option, something like that. And especially when we get to the end of like 24 model year, we'll get into talking about some of that stuff there. So, all right, so let's start off by talking about the 25 model year Mustang. So 24 model year is over. It's balanced out. So using that terminology there we just learned. Retail, the order banks are open up for the 25 model year. And in fact, they started scheduling last week. I know they said, I made note that they told us in Webdo that they were not going to schedule Mustang, but they did. So again, things change between Tuesday and Thursday. So this week they are planning to schedule for build dates in November, week of November 4th through the 25th. And here it looks like the first day to build job 1 is on the 4th. So that's when they're going to start 25 model year production. A note in here, the Dark Horse handling package won't be available until August of 25. So if you're wanting a Dark Horse with a handling package, it's not happening for a long time. Mustang Night Pony package with the black painted roof is only available for retail scheduling. That means a dealer can't order one for stock. And then exhaust availability for the 5.0 liter engine that's in the Dark Horse, as well as the Sinister Bronze painted wheel, the 19 by 9 and 19 by 9.5. That's your GT Performance wheel. If you get that, if you get the GT Performance package with the bronze appearance package, that's the one that's limited. It's that wheel. And then the 19 by 8.5 ebony black painted aluminum wheel is exhaust available. I think that's the standard wheel on the Mustang, if I remember right. So otherwise, nothing else on Mustang. All right. And then next is a 25 model year Escape. The order banks are open up for the Escape for stock and retail. They've already started scheduling on the Escape. I think production actually started this last week. So they are producing the 25 now and moving on to that. They are not scheduling this week, though. They did do a bunch of scheduling last week. We had, I think, all of our allocations were scheduled last week that we had for the Escape. So, and I'm sure they probably scheduled a bunch. So no scheduling this week for the Escape. So because of that, we don't have any notes or any constraints there because they're not scheduling. Next up is the 25 model year Bronco Sport. The order banks are open up for the 25 model year. They are done scheduling for the 24 model year. This is the first week for scheduling for the 25 model year Bronco Sport. They are scheduling for build weeks, the weeks of November 11th through the week of November 25th. So it's a 3-week scheduling there. 11th is the first day they're going to build a 25 model year Bronco Sport. The Sasquatch Outer Banks package will be available Q1, so that's a job 2. Also, the one that's in the Badlands package, the Sasquatch Badlands package, also as a Q1 build. And then it says we will be taking retail orders for Sasquatch package, but they will not schedule until job 2. And it does say in here in this note, it says February of 2025. So go back 2 months prior to that. So they're going to start scheduling those in December. So you have until December to get those orders in there like that. Limit availability for the 1.5 liter EcoBoost engine, which is kind of strange because that's what's standard on everything except for Badlands. Also, limited availability for the Big Ben and the Badlands. So I don't know. Don't know what they're doing. Exhaust availability for the Outer Banks as well as the Outer Banks Tech package and the all-season tire, the 225/65 R17. That's tire option T7Q. And again, exhausted, limited. So, exhaust availability, again, it's harder to get that scheduled than a limited availability, but just because it says limited doesn't mean it's not going to happen. They will schedule some 1.5 liter EcoBoost engines. So just take that for what it's worth there. But yeah, but it sounds like to me, since the 2.0 isn't in there, you're more likely to see a Badlands get scheduled probably than some of the other trim levels. But there you go. And then, yeah, that's going on there. 24 model year Bronco. Order banks are open up. Are they open or they close? Hold on a second. Bronco. No, they haven't closed yet. So they're still open for another month yet. So order banks are open up for the 24 model year, with the exception, of course, Everglades is done. Production of Everglades is done. The Heritage Limited Edition, you can't order, of course. Heritage Edition 4-door you can't order, but you can order Heritage 2-door, and then all the other trims you can schedule or you can order as well, including Raptor. This is cleanup scheduling. It says they're going to schedule for the weeks of November 4th to the week of November 25th. It does say in here required orders. Oh, well. Looks like to me what they're needing dealers to put in. So this is when they say required orders, it means for dealers. So dealers that don't have retail orders, but they have allocations for stock, they need them to put in some orders. And here are some of the things that they're really needing scheduled because of their, remember earlier I mentioned their capacity. They have a certain capacity that they build, like the Wild Track, the Big Ben, the Heritage Edition and such, and that's a certain capacity. To be at their full capacity, they're telling dealers we need some orders to help us keep at that capacity. And here are the 4 ones that they kind of need: a 4-door Wild Track, a 4-door Badlands, 2-door Heritage, and a 2-door Big Ben. So those are some of the ones that they're needing there for you. So they always say required orders. I also mentioned Raptor. in here, believe it or not. So there are dealers that need to put their orders in for that. So, and it does say for dealers with open allocation, of course. But and then exhaust availability for the hardtop, and that is the carbonized gray molded in hardtop. So that's exhausted. So put in your painted hardtop, black painted hardtop. We've been ordering those. You can do those as well right there. So, all right. And for the Bronco, as I mentioned, order banks close at the end of October unless something changes. It could change. It could close earlier than that. The last day they're going to build a 24 is December 22nd-ish, somewhere around there, unless that changes. Looks like the order banks should open up in the middle of October. Again, they're giving us a date of October 15th, but that could change. That's still a little ways away. So that's about when that's going to be, with job one being in January 2nd. So anyway, and yeah, we're going to talk more about Bronco in our live stream in just a little bit for 25 model year. Next up is the 24 model year Mustang Mach-E. The order banks are open up for the Mustang Mach-E for the 24 model year. Looks like they're going to stay open for a few more weeks yet into October. And this week they are not going to be scheduling, though. No scheduling for the Mach-E. So there's that. For the 25 model year, it looks like order banks should open up around the 15th of October, and with production starting in January 6th. Next up, 25 model year Explorer. Order banks are open up for the 25 model year Explorer. They've been building these, delivering these. We've got a bunch on our lot. And so those are open. No scheduling this week, though. So they will not be scheduling the Ford Explorer at the plant this week. That's all I have for that. Next up, 24 model year Expedition. Order banks are closed for the 24 model year. 25 model year will open up mid-October. Let me find a date. Ooh, they changed the date. October 24th is, looks like, when the order bank should open up for that. They have balanced out 24 model year. So no scheduling this week for 24 model year. In fact, there won't be any more scheduling for the 24 model year. They said it has balanced out. We had a bunch of expeditions scheduled last week. And so, yep, 24 is done. Moving on to 25, which is a redesign year. It is the 5th generation Expedition. And yeah, so we'll see more information on that in October. All right, next up, 25 model year Maverick. The order banks are open up for the Maverick, of course, for the 25 model year. They are done with the 24 model year. And, of course, production starts November 11th for the Maverick. This is the first week for scheduling for the Maverick coming up. It'll be for the scheduling for the weeks of November 11th through the weeks of November 25th. Don't forget, Lobo version isn't available until Q1. It'll be a job 2. And I've been told those will schedule in November, but they work in line with Bronco Sport, so maybe late November, December. Limited availability for the hybrid motor. Also, it says in here, which is funny because they haven't even scheduled anything yet. So, whatever. Exhaust availability for the XL, and also exhaust availability for the Tremor, believe it or not. And then the 4-wheel drive, the all-wheel drive, as well as advanced all-wheel drive, is also exhaust availability. The all-season tire, that's the tire that's actually been an issue with the XL and XLT getting scheduled. That's still a concern going into 25 model year. Also, the exhaust availability for the wheel, the 19 by 7.5 alloy, that's the 64R, as well as the 642 19-inch black painted aluminum wheel. So I think that's the one on the Lariat trim. So looks like 2-wheel drive is your option there, folks. XLT, Lariat, 2-wheel drive, or, well, not even Lariat. Your XLT, front-wheel drives. No, exhaust availability. There will be some that will schedule, but it will be mostly, it looks like they're looking for EcoBoost for the most part there. So anyway, but again, they have some availability because they have a certain production to keep up. So orders will schedule. So even if I know a lot of our orders that are previewing, we have hybrids and EcoBoost. We have all different trim levels that are previewing. We don't see any kind of trend of anything that's looking here. Just you should be okay. Don't think because some of these are exhausted that you won't get scheduled right away. It still can happen. Again, biggest thing is depending on your dealer's allocations versus their orders. Next up, 24 model year Ranger. Order banks are closed for the 24 model year Ranger. Stock is still open in case dealership has any allocations. They are scheduled this week. Cleanup scheduling, it says. So any allocations that need to be scheduled for the dealer for production week of November 25th. And then 25 model year Ranger. Looks like order banks are going to open up like with the Bronco in the middle of October. So October 15th, with production also starting in January. So Ranger and Bronco kind of go hand in hand there. So all right, next up, 24 model year Super Duty. The order banks are closed for 24 model year. Actually, no, they're not. Sorry. 24 model year order banks for the Super Duty is still open. They are going to be open until, it looks like, October 9th is when they're scheduling to close it. Of course, that could change. Just depends. But the order banks are still open up. So you could place, if you're looking at some 25 model year and go, I don't like some of those options, put in an order for 24 and see if you get scheduled. A lot of it has to do with dealer allocations, of course, but it still could happen. They're going to produce the 24 model years at Kentucky until December 1st, and Ohio will build until January 17th. And then order banks opened up today for the 25 model year Super Duty. So this week, they are scheduling for the weeks of October 14th through the week of November 11th for Kentucky, and for Ohio, the weeks of November 4th and the week of November 11th. And then, let's see, I'm not going to go over the required orders for dealers because dealers should know that. Limit availability for the Lariat trim. Also, the 648 wheel, 648, that's the 18-inch sparkle silver paint aluminum wheel. That's standard on XLT, F250, and 350 single rear wheels. Also, wheel option 64A. That's a 17-inch argent painted steel wheel that's standard on the XL. And then also the lug nut cap, OBKLD and OBKWD. Those are the wheel caps that go on those 10.5-inch axle size single rear wheels on the F250s. So for the F250s on both of those. So also the Sterling 10.5 axle that's available on the 6.8 liter F250 and 350s or the 7.3 F250 single rear wheel pickup. It's that axle. And then the 360-degree camera package that's standard on Lariat, King Ranch Platinum, and Limited. Optional on XL and XLT is also limited availability. And then the fifth wheel gooseneck hitch prep package with the bed liner. Oh, wait, no, sorry. Saying it's not available with the bed liner and the bed mat. That's standard unlimited and the F450. That's that prep package is a limited availability. So I try to keep it off your order unless you just have to have it, right? So, all right. Next up, 24 model year F-150. This says 24. Should say 25, right? Are we on to 25? Hold on. Order banks are closed for the 24 model year, and they're open for the 25 model year. And it looks like they don't start scheduling 25 yet. So this would be for the 24 model year, for the probably that balance out. Yep. For production weeks 9/30 through 10/2. So this is for 24 model year. Cleanup scheduling. Heads up display is restricted. And that is standard on that, the 402A, 502A, and 702A. So they're asking people to decide not to get that other package, which I think they need to do is have a heads-up display delete option so they can still get the other features if they want. But hey, what do I know? And then limit availability for the four-wheel drive. That's the only issue there. Otherwise, they're open. So, all right. Next up is a 24 model year Transit. The order banks are open up for the 24 model year. Looks like they're going to be closing not for a while, end of October. So they'll keep that open for a while. We don't have any information on 25 model year Transit yet. They are scheduled this week for the production week of 11/18. And it does say Transit trails will not be selected for scheduling. And also Transit order with a chrome HID headlight 91A or the black HID headlight 91C will not be selected for scheduling. And then also limited availability for the high roof extended van, as well as limited availability for Sync 4 with the AM/FM stereo and 12-inch display. That's option 58B, as well as the all-wheel drive version of the Transit. So there you go. That's all that information. So if you, of course, are watching the recorded portion of this video on Wednesday night. Drop those comments down below. Try to answer those as quick as I can. For those that are watching us live, let's take your questions right now. Bada boom, bada bing.
Not many questions.
No, I figured there'd be some Maverick questions.
Ford needs to focus more on building people's orders than in a timely manner. From Henry.
Yeah. And the biggest thing is they need to find places that can produce the parts that they need. Yeah. And here is the thing is, I noticed that for 25 model year, they did some shifting of some things. And a lot of people said, well, they decontented, but keeping the price the same, this and this and this. What they did is they moved around some options to help production levels, because they know that like Lariat lost a few things. Well, and that's probably because of parts. And so they can make sure they can produce King Ranches and Platinums. They took some things away from Lariat, not to get in the way of that. Some standard features. You can still, a lot of those can still get as optional. So then you have that option of delaying your order if you need to. But that just kind of makes it to where we can focus in on some of these things over to the trim levels that where it's standard, right? Anyway, so all right. What else we got?
Is Ford going to produce a 2-door Heritage Edition in 2025 for Bronco?
I don't know. Folks, I don't know. They haven't told me anything. They don't trust me. No, they haven't told us anything. Just like Super Duty. Everything that Super Duty opened up today, guess when dealers found out about all this stuff? Today. Right? Yeah. I didn't know about the Platinum Plus or any of this stuff until today. Same way in the Bronco. I'm not going to know anything until it opens. Now, as part of media, if there's something new in advance coming out, then sometimes I get privy to that information. I'm embargoed on that if I do get that. But otherwise, at this time, they have not said they're going to do any kind of, I don't think, they typically don't do an embargoed reveal unless it's a change. So a refresh year or a redesign year. I'll talk about this. I'll talk about Bronco on the Is It True? So okay. Is it true? We're going to have some fun talking about Bronco speculation. And it actually is things that I'm speculating on and not with any known knowledge. Yeah. I've been asking. I said, hey, is there going to be an event? Is there going to be, we want to be invited? And he said, details coming. And I'm like, okay. Yeah. So we don't have any details. So what I'm sharing is not anything that I've been embargoed to because they haven't revealed anything. So anyway. All right. Ready for that? Is that it? Yes. I don't know anything about Heritage Edition. Yeah. I think maybe they'll continue it. I don't know.
Are all of our Maverick allocations currently previewing or not an equal number previewing to your allocations? Wondering due to all those exhausted things.
Now he probably put that in there before I talked about it when I talked about that, but we do have.
He just put it in there after.
Okay. So we have on Maverick. If you go to 25 model year, we have, I want retail only. So they put some stock orders in for us. Mm-hmm. So we have 39 retail orders and 23 allocations. So for a 24 model year. Yeah. So actually it sounds.
Well, yeah. And we have plenty of orders in there that are a wide range and variety of orders. So even if they are short on some parts, we will probably
What's your order number, Paul?
Oh, he's previewing.
Okay, well, you're previewing. Anyway,
I checked.
So, there are like I said, we have 16 that are not previewing. I got the number off. I think earlier I was only looking at NSPs, like things because of constraints. But there are some others that aren't showing because, those are saved. Well, let me take out the saved. I don't want to know those. Okay. So we only have 10 that won't schedule. So, but of those 10, one of them is a Lobo. So it's not going to schedule anyway. Right. So I don't know. And really what we need to do is we probably should do tomorrow is go through all the Lariat orders and the tremors and find out if people want those those features
Ooh.
that aren't available in job 1, because you'd hate for them to get scheduled and then we have to reorder them once job 2 happens, when they find out they're not
Yes.
getting those features. So that might be,
A project.
yeah. Actually,
Okay.
this in here I'm going to remove because that's my test. It's my test order, and I'm not going to order a Lobo. So let's just go ahead and cancel it now. Anyway, so that's gone. So now we have 9 people that won't get that aren't previewing. So,
But we have such a variety of different orders that we're usually pretty good. Like on our F-150s, other models, we're usually pretty good because we do have a wide variety of orders in there. It's rare that they don't schedule all of our allocations
yeah.
on Maverick.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to schedule we're going to get all the allocations, but look at the preview orders. So what variety we have? We do have some 501 and 502s. So it might be a good idea we have 13 Lariats in here. So it probably would not be a bad idea to talk to some of these sales guys and say, your customer knows they're not going to get the hitch assist and all that, right?
So I do have, what constraints are Super Duty are platinum specifically? That's kind of hard to be like pinpoint.
All right. So a lot of it has to do with some of your XL and like work truck stuff. So because the Lariat trim, well, that's not a platinum. The sparkle silver pane aluminum wheel, that's on XLT F-250s, nothing to do with platinum. The other wheel is a steel wheel, that has nothing to do with platinum. The lug nut caps have nothing to do with platinum. And then that Sterling axle, nothing to do with platinum. Now, the 360-degree camera, and if you had the 5th wheel gooseneck hitch package. So that would be the 2 things that would be probably hold up a platinum order. So if you have 360-degree camera, which is standard on King Ranch Platinum Limited, and then the 5th wheel gooseneck hitch prep package. Those are 2 things probably that could hold up a platinum order. So, makes sense?
Yes. Let's see. I had another one in there. How did your dealership do on F-450 orders? This will be my 3rd year of ordering and waiting for an F-450 Platinum.
We didn't do good at all.
Ask Henry.
Yeah, we didn't do good at all. We have people, Henry ordered in November, still hasn't gotten his. I think the last 450 that got scheduled for us, the person ordered in August of last year. So it took him over a year. It took him 13 months to get scheduled. Yeah. So, yeah, 450 is not doing well for Ford. I heard
there was a whoopsie on that order, though. Oh, no, it was an F-250 order. Oh. They kept they were going back and forth between F-450 and F-250.
Oh.
And they finalized on F-250, but didn't tell Dan that they actually wanted to finalize on F-450, and it's getting ordered as an F-250. But they're getting a truck.
Yeah, F-450 production is very low. That needs to change. And they're aware. Ford is like, well, we know, and because every time we meet for what they call a wholesale call, and with dealers, for us, it's the KC region. They go through, stuff like that and everything, and then they open it up for questions. And every month, boom, that question comes out about F-450 production, and they're like, we're aware, there's nothing we can do. It's just. I don't know if it is the axle of the F-450 or what it is that's keeping the production so low, but I don't know. But it is low. But we're not doing well. What is a production of like 2 to 6%, depending on if it's the 450. I think there are 2 different 450 configurations, but
we'll save this one for later.
Not too good. What was that one on?
Why Ford didn't make a Bronco Sport Heritage Limited.
Bronco Sport. Oh, Heritage Limited. They did.
A Bronco Sport? They did.
You remember that? Because they did. We saw a Peak Blue one at one of the auto shows.
That's right.
They did it.
But they kept
did.
it very. They did stay true to like the 1966.
Well, that's what Dave was talking about on Friday. Was does it feel like they made more than 1,966 Heritage Limited Broncos? And like, I don't know, because Bronco
Yes.
Sport, it seemed like they were done after a year. So I don't
I
know.
feel like they stayed true to the
Maybe.
Bronco Sport, but then realized how popular the Bronco was and kept going.
I think what they did is they messed up. And for like Bronco Sport, they truly did 1,966. And I think on the Bronco, they did 1,966 of each configuration, 4-door and 2-door.
Oh,
That's what I think they did. That's what I think they did.
That would make so much sense.
That's my take on it, because they made that same mistake on the first edition. But anyway, all right, we're ready for dealer news updates.
Hi Carl, you have a Lariat F250, F150, Super Duty. What you got, Carl? We'll answer that here in a little bit. He's going to go on with what he has.
All right. So I have it listed in here. FordVideoGuyMedia.com. We're starting to do is when we have dealer news updates and such, that we're going to start trying to write articles about these and blog these on my website, FordVideoGuyMedia.com. We do have a blog section, so just click on the blog and you can see we have 3 articles right now that's been written. This first one I want to talk about, we already have an article on in there. You can check it out, read it there if you want. The mach-e GT Performance upgrade is available now post sale. I say post sale because you can order your mach-e GT with the performance upgrade for $995 or cheaper if you have the bronze appearance package. And so you can get it from the factory that way already on your vehicle. Or now, once you get your vehicle, if you have a GT and you're like, you know what, I didn't get that, and I'm like, but I think I want it now. It's basically a software update, an upgrade. And so you can go to your Ford Pass app and then tap into the connected services and go ahead and activate the GT Performance upgrade tile. So they'll know by your VIN if you have a GT. Now, if you have a GT Rally, you already have it. But GTs, you can activate that. Once you pay for it, then the software update, it'll update it and you have it. So basically all GTs have the capabilities in the vehicle. You have all those capabilities. All they have to do is release it to you, but they want you to pay $1,000. So anyway, so there's that information. And then the Bronco Sport just revealed this yesterday on the Bronco Sport 2025 model year. Anybody with a 1.5 liter EcoBoost engine, if you order that vehicle, so you're talking about every trim level but Badlands, if you order the 1.5 liter EcoBoost engine, they are now going to include for those cold weather states the supplemental PTC heater that helps warm the vehicle up and the cabin up in cold weather. So basically, there's only 12 states that won't have this included as standard equipment. Then it'll be a no charge option for I think people that want it in the other states, but it'll be standard in every state except for Alabama, Arizona, Arkansas, California, Florida, Georgia, Hawaii, Louisiana, Mississippi, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Texas. So those are they're deeming warmer states that don't need it. It's still optional for those states, but in the other states, it'll come standard equipment to help keep the cabin a little warmer. So, did an article on that one too. You can find it on FordVideoGuyMedia.com. Let's see what else. I have a couple others in here that I haven't written any articles on, and I don't know if I will. This one here is on the complimentary home charger and standard home installation promotion. So there's going to be a promotion starting October 1st. So next week, where if you purchase a Mach-E or a Lightning, then you're going to get, it's what they call the Ford Power Promise, complimentary, not free, complimentary home charger and standard home installation promotion. So basically they're giving you the 48 amp charger, not the 80 amp for Lightnings, because it doesn't really do your Lightning any good, because Lightnings can no longer have the dual charging port. So you can get that. They're including installation, but they do mention the installation has to be done through Sunrun. And the way they're wanting this to be processed is you get the Ford Charge Station Pro. is that the dealers are supposed to inventory these. So they're supposed to get as many of these as they have mach-e's in stock. So the dealers are supposed to purchase these through Ford and then have them available. So at the time of delivery, the charger gets put in their vehicle. So they have it. And then they basically, the installation as well. So then they go, sounds like to me, you have the installation done and then the dealer pays for the installation for the customer. Sounds like to me. And then the dealers it's reimbursed, I believe, back. So I haven't read all the fine print and everything, but there we go. So that's pretty cool. So, and that runs through the end of the year. So October, if you purchase between basically October, November, December, a mach-e or a Lightning, then you get the complimentary 48 amp Ford Charge Station Pro charger for, they don't call it free, complimentary. Why do we not say free? What's the difference between complimentary and free? Y'all let me know. I'm not smart enough to figure that out. All right. Anyway, moving on. This other one is for 25 model year diesel motors, Super Duties, above 19,500 GVWR in states in California, Massachusetts, and Oregon. So in those states, be aware that the diesel Super Duty chassis cab units above 19,500 gross vehicle weight rating cannot be sold or delivered to customers who register their vehicles in the states of California, Massachusetts, or Oregon. So, and that also goes for 650s and 750s. So, yep. So that's just a restriction there that they're not allowed to.
I got an answer for you. So free versus complimentary. Free means that it is given to you without any context or you have to do this. It's just given to you. Complimentary means that you have to complete a task or do something in order to get it. Therefore, complimentary tickets means that you have to purchase the vehicle, have your paperwork done before we give you the tickets.
Okay. So you can't say free because free implies you don't have to do any purchase, no purchase necessary.
Yes.
Whereas complimentary means there's something involved to get it.
Yes.
Thank you. There we go. So the Bronco off-rodeo giveaway was free. Wasn't complimentary because you didn't have to purchase anything. Well, I guess technically it was complimentary because you had to become a follower of me for at least a day. Tell the giveaway. Now you can just unfollow me. I won't know. Anyway, all right. The last one that I probably tomorrow will write an article on is the F-150 performance upgrade. And I actually removed that. I had that up here. So during the Raptor rally, they actually had mentioned that it's available on all the I think it's actually certain model years here. Let me go down to it. There's a lot of fun things I did. Okay, so 2022 and 23 F-150 Raptors and 2021 to 2023 F-150s can now get through Performance Parts, Ford Performance Parts. They can get a new software calibration to get a performance upgrade. So this is pretty cool. So let's go through some of the numbers for the F-150 itself. The torque increase is 54 pound-feet at 2,500 RPMs to a new max torque of 554 pound. I almost said 55 pound-feet of torque at 3,250 RPMs. Horsepower increases 26 at 3,250 RPM and up to a max 466 horsepower at 5,500 RPMs. So there you go. So 554 pound-feet of torque and 466 horsepower to the 3.5 EcoBoost engine. I guess I didn't say that earlier. So this is an upgrade for that engine. So that is available for you. Don't know. Here's the cost. MSRP is $825 and can also be purchased using the Ford Pass Rewards points. Now we're finding purposes behind these points. And then on the that was the numbers for the Raptor. Sorry. That was for the Raptor. There's a new calibration for the base F-150 3.5 EcoBoost engine. That is for the high output that I just talked about. The high output 3.5 liter that's in the Raptor and the Raptor 37. The base F-150 3.5 EcoBoost engine, which is not a high output, jumps the torque 100 pound-feet of torque to a maximum of 510 pound-feet of torque, and the horsepower increases by 55 to a maximum of 450 horsepower. So that's pretty powerful right there. So basically it takes it to the performance of the high output EcoBoost engine, right? In a sense. So 825 for that. So there you go. So, and then of course, don't forget you can get the performance upgrade on the Ranger Raptor and the Bronco Raptor, the 3.0 liter engines as well. Those are available now. So there we go. All right. That's that. I have one recall. Oh, and I didn't do the dealer news little clip. Forgot. All right. 2 recalls. All right, I only have one recall here, and this has to do with the Edge. So 2015 to 2018 model year Edge vehicles with the 3.5 liter engine. And we're not talking about the EcoBoost engine. This is so this engine, this is a emissions recall 24E10 for reprogramming the power control modular. So in affected vehicles, by the way, 190,573 vehicles were affected by this. So in 4 years, 190,000 edges were made. Think about that. Because they're done making those. Just saying that. The affected vehicles have an emissions control system that does not account for certain in-use conditions and might not control tailpipe emissions effectively over time. So sounds like to me this is a dealer bulletin. So it says the pending agency approval, owner letters are expected to be mailed out the week of December 16th. So if you're one of these customers, just note what I just told you is a dealer notice of that. The actual recall and official one coming out to customers is not released yet. They need to make sure everything's going to work and everything before they release it and let everybody know that. So there you go. So that's that.
All right.
Anything else? And by the way, if you have a recall or think you might have a recall or want to check recalls on your vehicle, you can go to Ford.com/support/recalls-details, and you put in your VIN number in there. So you can find that also through your Ford Pass. You can go over and you can find it through your owners. It's your owner section of Ford.com. So yeah. All right. Ready for some teasers? I got to pull those up. Any questions before going into Bronco stuff? 25 Bronco stuff? No? They're ready for the Bronco stuff.
We're ready.
All right. All right. So this week we had a couple different little tidbits of things that were kind of like sneaked and teased out there. And actually, I think something else is coming tomorrow, but I think that doesn't have to do with 25 model year. But there are a couple things that came out. One of them at the Raptor Rally, they had a 2025 Ford Bronco Raptor at the Raptor Rally. So that was there. Where's the picture? Oh, here it is. Okay, I'm going to share this screen here. So they had it there, and the biggest thing was the color. I think a lot of people overlooked the fact that it says 2025. That's not 2024. So this is this year's colors. And people, I don't think were thinking about the fact that it doesn't look different. I was like, well, wait a minute. So they're not doing anything this year then. So right. So there you go. So you can see in this is a clip, an image. So Lauren Healy, I think, did a video. I think Chase Gentry did a video as well. You can see that vehicle there on the left is a 2025 Bronco Raptor. And that is one of the new colors for this year called Marsh Gray. So a lot of people thought, well, that was Leadfoot and such like that. It looks pretty close to Leadfoot. But the only reason I knew it was Marsh Gray was because that's new for the F-150 this year.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, oh, it's Marsh Gray. And so anyway, so that a lot of people know. And they also revealed along with the Raptor Rally, that the Bronco Raptor is going to be available in 25 model year and also Ruby Red. So that color that came out on the Bronco Sport and Maverick will also be available on the Bronco as well. And they said Bronco Raptor, but that also means it's going to be available for the Bronco too.
Yeah.
And then also Desert Sand will be back. So they made it say it was a new color, and I hate when they do that because they did the same thing of, hey, Space White, it's a new color for this year on the F-150. No, it's a returning color. Desert Sand was available in an Everglades. If you remember a couple years ago when Everglades was first introduced, the Desert Sand was also introduced in that color, and it was only for a little bit of time and it was gone. That's why I'm like, if you got an Everglades and Desert Sand, then that is saying something. So I think that's more rare than a Raptor. But there we go. So those are 3 colors that we know are coming back, and Desert Sand's not a big deal. We see that in the I like the color.
Yeah.
We see that in the Bronco Sport for the last 2 years. So we've seen that in the 24. We'll see it in the 25 model year. Also, Maverick has Desert Sand. They called it Terrain. And that'll be on the Bronco as well, it looks like. So a couple different shades of brown and tan.
Yeah.
Brown and gray there, and a new red color. So that also means Hot Pepper Red is on its way out. That also means that one of the grays is probably on its way out, or silver, maybe Iconic Silver. So we did see in Super Duty. We'll talk about it. That silver's going away. So anyway, so there's that. And then this other thing that came out that was teased on Ford merchandise. Share that up there for you. Right here. Freewheeling collection is now available. They have clothes and everything. Did you see that?
No.
Yeah. Well,
Ooh.
anyway, but there is a clip that says the new freewheeling collection, and it shows that is a Bronco right there, folks. That is, you can see the fender flare. That is a Bronco. So they're going to have, we did see this. Bronco Sport has a freewheeling edition. It continues for 25 model year. The Bronco will get a freewheeling edition, and I like that wheel better than I like the Bronco Sport wheel. Definitely. So it looks like that's a Sasquatch up there, and I like that wheel. I don't know what you guys think about it, but there's a couple different things now that have been kind of come out. It looks like to me that freewheeling edition, the freewheeling will be a new trim level probably for this year, or at least a package. I'd like to see it just be a package. Just be a package. Let's not do all these different other trim levels. We don't need more. That's just more videos that I have to do. But also colors. So we need some new colors now. This is being introduced. We're seeing little bits of stuff. I mean, October 15th is when the order banks are supposed to open up. We still have a couple weeks. So maybe we'll see some more little things be introduced and everything. But yeah, so there's that. So now where I'm going with this is 25 model year, which we had thought was going to be a new refresh model, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't look like it's happening. Looks like to me we're going to see some new features, maybe body colored roof being come over from Raptor and be available on all trim levels. Something like that. I don't know. Maybe the black diamond goes away, becomes a package instead, which is what I'd like to see. Freewheeling edition, hopefully it'll be a package on its own trim level. But we've been told there's another trim that might be coming back. We'll see. So anyway, a lot of speculation at this point, and these little tidbits, and something else is coming out tomorrow, but doesn't have to do with the 25 model year, but something special that they're doing, that Ford's doing for the end of 25 model year, it looks like. So anyway, so that'll be something fun. So check that out. I'll be writing an article about it as well, so you can find it on the website there as well, and we'll post some pictures and stuff on our Instagram and all that too for Law McArthur as well as myself. So anyway, so we checking for that information out right there. All right, any questions on Bronco that I can answer?
They're talking about Buc-ee's on top of this. Let's see. They love the wheels. Any updates as to when Ford will bring back the zone lighting and trailer light testing for the Ford Pass? That's not Bronco related.
Nope, I don't know.
Does an extra cost color mean it's tri-coat or just premium color?
Now what?
So when you see an extra cost color, that's usually a tri-coat or a, what is it?
It used to be.
Clear coated.
Yes, used to be. But now what we're finding is that we're also seeing some of the colors, even just a regular metallic, they're charging $295 now for.
Right.
So it always used to be if you saw an extra cost, it was something extra was on that paint, whether it be a tinted clear coat or it was a tri-coat. Now we're seeing like even Grabber Blue, which is a metallic, and some of the others are still an extra cost. So it seems like all the fun colors cost extra. Eruption Green is extra. Not all models, but on certain models they cost extra. Like mach-e, we know Eruption Green was extra, Grabber Blue was extra. There was another one in there that was extra, but if you went with white, black, gray, carbonized gray, silver, then it wasn't.
Right.
When I did the videos on F-150, I noticed that too. We went through all those that those basic colors that have been a staple for years aren't extra, but those fun colors were. So
yeah.
Anyway, there we go. Anything else? This next clip, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to record it so that way we can make it its own video that'll go live tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to talk about all the changes, the things that have been removed, added, and changed for the 2025 model year Super Duty. So hopefully you guys are interested in that, and we'll run through that, and then we'll take questions after I go through that.
Okay.
Sound good? So I'm going to go to that camera for that, and then we'll put this out just a separate video tomorrow as well. So if it looks kind of weird how I record it, it's because I'm trying to record it knowing that it'd be a lot easier not having to put a little intro to it. So all right. So any questions before we get into that?
Not that I was grabbing.
All right.
Yeah, not that I'm seeing.
Okay. All right, so let's get in here. Let's talk about the 2025 model year Super Duty. We're going to talk about all the changes, things that are new, have changed, some trim levels have changed, and all that good stuff because the order banks have now opened up. I can confirm that. So you can place orders with your local dealer and everything, and we'll be doing some special pricing on that too. And don't forget, we'll be doing our complete guide videos on each of the trim levels as well in the coming days, and hopefully in the next within the next week as well. So be one to look for those. But all right, so let's jump in here. First off, the trim levels that are available this year. We have XL, XLT, Lariat, King Ranch, and Platinum. Limited has been removed, but we are going to talk about a new Platinum Plus package that's on the Platinum that will basically take over for that limited. So all right, engines. There's only a couple changes to the engines, and that is that they want to make the 6.8 liter V8 engine more available or standard on more of the trim levels. In the past, it was just available or just standard on the XL trim, and then we really didn't see it even available in any of the other trim levels. We saw in the middle of this last year that they actually added to the XLT. Now they've also added to the Lariat. So the standard engine for XL, XLT, and Lariat, single rear wheels, that is a 6.8 liter V8 gas engine. Now, for the 7.3 liter V8 engine, that is going to be optional on those trim levels, XL, XLT, and Lariat F250s. Now, it'll be standard on the King Ranch and Platinum F250s, which didn't happen last year. Last year, it was only standard on XLT and Lariat trim. So that is a change. They were wanting to try to get more. They can produce more of those gas engines, so now they're making it standard. Now, you can still option up for the diesel engine, and the diesel, that 6.7 liter diesel engine will still be the standard engine for those 350s, just so you're aware of that there. So you won't see those gas engines on the 350s. Now, some different configurations have been deleted for this year. So you will not see a super cab 6 3/4 bed for your F250s. So they've removed the 148-inch wheelbase. Also, you will not see a super cab Lariat option this year. So now Lariat is now crew cab, just like on the F-150 where it's just super crew, same way here. Also, another thing you're not going to see on the F350 and F450 dualies, you won't see the super cab on those either anymore. So those super cab seeing less and less people order those, so they have been making those changes. Now, let's talk about exterior features for a second. We have, first of all, 2 new colors. We have Avalanche Gray that we've seen on the F-150 that is going to be new for the Super Duty, as well as Ruby Red Metallic Tinted Clear Coat. Seeing that introduced onto the Maverick, Bronco Sport, now the Super Duty as well. That's a new color. That will actually replace Rapid Red Tinted Clear Coat. So that color will no longer be available. So deleted color, as well as Iconic Silver, believe it or not, is also going away too. So we'll have those will be disappeared. Now, all your tow hooks are going to be black now. So in the past, last year we did see in like Lariat trim and some of those where you got chrome tow hooks. They're all going to be black for this year. So they've removed the chrome tow hooks. I think that was on the Platinum Edition was standard. Anyway, also, we're not going to see chrome running boards on Super Cabs this year, and we're not going to see chrome tailgate handles either this year. So a couple different changes. Now, some things that I found on the by going through the order guide that was not on the first sheet of the major changes for Ford when it comes to the exterior features. One of those is on the Platinum trim. It is now a black painted grill. So basically your Platinum trim is going to come standard with a black package in a sense, just like on the F-150. So you'll get a black painted grill instead of the satin grill. Also, with that, your door handles are going to be body colored for that as well. So body colored door handles and your black mirror caps on your Platinum. So all that stuff was chrome before. Now it's going to be black on the Platinum editions. So that's a key change there. Also, we're seeing some different wording. It used to be chrome tailgate applique on the King Ranch and Platinum. Now they've changed the wording to tailgate applique, and they're not saying if they're chrome or not. So I don't know if that means King Ranch will be chrome, Platinum will be black, probably because of all the other black stuff on there. It doesn't really say, so I guess we'll have to find out. Also, on the Lariat trim, last year we had they were not LED. The center high mounted stoplight was I'm not sure what incandescent or halogen or something. This year it is LED for the Lariat trim, so that's a new change, which is an upgrade, I think. But it's a lot of downgrades in the Lariat trim we'll get to in just a second. But there's a couple things that are changed and upgraded for this year. Now, that's an actual functional. We'll get to that in a second. Now, let's talk about some interior updates and changes. We do have, because of the new Platinum edition, how Platinum and the Platinum Plus is this year, there's new interior colors. So there's a black onyx with the Platinum Blue interior color that's going to be standard on the Platinum. And then there's going to be also a new smoked truffle interior, I believe, on the Lariat trim. It doesn't specify that in here. But then also there's going to be a Admiral Blue light slate interior color as well. And it doesn't tell us. Oh, no, that's been deleted. Sorry. Let me get back on this other side. Also, there's going to be on the Platinum Plus package, you'll see some blue accents in there. We'll get into that package in just a little bit. But also some changes on the Lariat trim. A lot of different things that have been like decontented or removed on the Lariat trim. And one of those is the power sliding rear window has been removed from the Lariat trim. So it'll have a fixed rear glass with defrost and privacy glass for this year. You can still option up for it, but it won't be standard. Also, instead of getting leather seats and leather wrapped steering wheel, it's going to be an ActiveX seat now on the Lariat trim. No option for leather. And then also now they're calling it a wrapped steering wheel, which I believe is ActiveX steering wheel on the Lariat trim. So a lot of people are really upset about this. They want leather. And I'm a person that has 2 vehicles with ActiveX, and I can tell you I like it better than the leather I've had on those vehicles in the past. Because it's a synthetic material that wears a little bit better, doesn't stain as much, and it's animal free. So keep that in mind too. So anyway, so that's a change on the Lariat trim right there on a couple different changes there. Also, some deleted things on the interior. Second row ambient lighting on the Lariat has been removed, so it'll still be in the front seats. Kind of weird. Admiral Blue with a light slate interior color has been removed because they removed the Limited is not available, so they removed that. Carmelo interior color has been removed. Also on the Lariat trim, the power adjustable steering column. So it was power tilt and telescoping steering wheel. It is no longer power tilt and telescoping on the Lariat trim. It is a manual telescoping. Rear seat outlets on the back of the 40 console 40 has been removed as well. So I don't know why, but they removed the just the 12 volt. That's that round thing. Nobody uses it anyway. That's okay. All right. Some safety features, some change. We don't have an advanced security package this year. They did remove that package, but what they did instead is they give us a forward security package with a 1-year activation. So I believe that security package is to get back a vehicle if it's stolen. It doesn't say the stolen vehicle services, but we'll get more information on that Ford security package in coming weeks. But that is a change in the safety features. Now for functional features, there's a lot of changes here. So let me go through the first one I want to talk about because I'm just floored about this one. I don't think anybody's really talking about in a deleted option on the Super Duty. It was introduced as a class exclusive in 2023 that nobody else was doing. Tailgate down camera and rear parking sensors on top of the tailgate. That was part of like the King Ranch and Platinum. As you backed up, you had your tailgate down like you're back up to fifth wheel, and you could see behind you because the camera was in the top of the tailgate as well as sensors, so you could back up to those trailers and such. That has been deleted for this year. So that was a class exclusive for the last 2 years. I thought a big deal that they made a point to point that out in 2023 is been removed for this model year. So that's a shock to me. So there you go. A couple other changes to the functional features. The 2 kilowatt Pro Power on board, which is a class exclusive, by the way. No other Super Duty has that, as optional on King Ranch and Platinum. So last year that was standard equipment. Now it's optional on those 2 trim levels. We do also have the security code keyless entry keypad is now a dealer installed option. They've removed it from all the other vehicles. Why not the Super Duty too? The onboard scales and smart hitch is a very cool feature because it actually will show you the weight of the capacity, because your truck, you're getting a Super Duty to haul things. You want to make sure you don't go over that weight limit. The onboard scales is now optional on the King Ranch. Last year it was standard on the King Ranch. It's still standard on Platinum, but it was removed as standard equipment on the King Ranch. I think it's still an option though for you. Trailer brake controller was standard across the board last year. It is now optional on the XL and standard on XLT and above. So a little change there. The upfitter switches is now optional on Lariat, King Ranch, and Platinum. It was standard on those trim on the King Ranch and Platinum last year. So now upfitter switches is optional equipment across the board. So for you there too. They've changed the wording from the Ford Pro Upfit Integration System. Now it's named the Vehicle Integration System 2.0. So they've probably upgraded it as well. The spare tire lock is a dealer installed option. I think that might be a new feature for this year. So they're no longer have that lock on that. We see that with the F-150 as well. And then also some things with some cameras here. Auxiliary camera and trailer TPMS is a dealer installed option. So the auxiliary camera would probably be the camera to go on the trailer. The trailer TPMS and fifth wheel gooseneck bliss that gives you the blind spot information system for your fifth wheel and gooseneck hitch or trailer is a dealer installed option. And then the auxiliary camera, trailer TPMS, and fifth wheel gooseneck bliss is a dealer installed option. So you can get either just the camera with the TPMS, or you can get the TPMS with the hitch, the bliss, I should say, for the hitch, or you can get all of them. So 3 different packages, but they're all dealer installed options because you'd have to put them on the vehicle yourself. And I believe that's it. And then they deleted the sport appearance package from the XLT trim, so it's no longer available. And it says they've changed the black appearance package, but I looked at the package and didn't see a change. And then another new package for this year is the Platinum Plus package. So I thought we'd go through the Platinum Plus package and kind of go over those features real quickly. So your Platinum Plus, that's basically, in my opinion, is like your is going to be like your limited last year. So this is going to require the 6.7 liter high output Power Stroke diesel engine added to the Platinum trim to get this package on there. Also, this package is going to give you the unique satin finish on the grille, also the satin door handles as well. So again, giving you basically what the Platinum had last year. the satin chrome tailgate applique on the back, 20-inch bright with dark carbonized gray high gloss painted aluminum wheel, the unique smoke truffle interior environment that's going to give you the premium Venetian leather seats with the French stitching, I should say, and upgraded perforated seats, premium suede wrapped pillars. So going up on the side, premium Venetian leather with applied French stitching on the door panel, premium suede interior grab handles as well. So everything you touch is going to be high end here, folks. Unique floor mats that are with the accents matching with the premium interior theme. The unique split center console armrest with premium wood insert along with Venetian leather wrapped armrest, lid, and accent French seam. Instrument panel topper. So that's basically your dash with premium leather with the upgraded micro welt application. Steering wheel will be unique smoke truffle premium luxury leather wrapped, illuminated scuff plates with the platinum in there. The Max Recline 10-way power adjustable driver and 8-way power adjustable passenger seat. The Pro Power on board for 2 kilowatt will be included in this package. Upfitter switches, also, it's normally optional. It'll be on this. Twin panel moonroof as well will be included in this package. Now, something else that's also included in this package that they're talking about is the Platinum Plus experience. And that's going to give you a managed care, it says, for 1 year. Managed care means that you're going to have somebody that's going to be available for you. Elite welcome call, a welcome package, and tribute items. So you get a nice little gift sent to you. You also get the extra texting for a Ford truck expert. This should be your salesperson, but Ford wants to make sure you're taken care of. So you're going to have somebody from Ford for that. You'll also get an accessory discount for 90 days, 20% off. That's what I've been told. Ford Pass Rewards Points tier upgrade, and then extra Ford Pass Rewards points as well as part of that package. So there you go. There's all the information, all the changes and everything for the Super Duty. Of course, we'll be doing all of our videos that goes through all the standard equipment and optional equipment as well. So be looking for those videos in the near future. All right. Ready for questions?
All right. First off, Martin Adamski needs to come see us for a new vehicle.
All right.
His wife's Maverick was hit.
Oh, no.
It's a loss. He said if you saw the accident, how well the Maverick did, you wouldn't believe it. I've actually seen on my Maverick Truck Club, people are posting pictures of their accidents. It is crazy what some of the damage is on those, and the people are walking away without a single injury. The Maverick does well in keeping people safe.
They do. All right, I'm ready for Super Duty or any other questions, but I think I'm prepared. But anyway, you can tell you can tell. I think the biggest thing is Lariat was hit pretty hard. So, and there's some people that are like, I didn't get Lariat for maybe some of these things, and so it's maybe not a big deal to you. But I mean, there's a lot of those Lariat luxury features, and Lariat's probably our most popular trim level. We get a lot of Lariats. A lot of people, truck buyers, get those.
They're King Ranch.
Well, but here's the question: is that going to drive people down or up a trim level? So, I mean, well, they might stay with Lariat, but will drive some of the people that want some of the luxury features to the King Ranch, and then because of that, are we going to have constraints because of it?
Ooh.
Right? I mean, maybe it drives them to the platinum trim now and go, you know what? Forget it. I want a platinum trim. But the bad thing is you go to platinum trim and now it's all blacked out. And a lot of times you don't want the Lariat for that. I mean, I think I don't know. It puts some customers that normally are used to, I just get a King or I just get a Limited or a Lariat, F-250 every year. Just order me, one of those. It's going to take that customer that's just used to that going, I don't know what to do because some people, leather's a big deal. I lose leather. I can still get an optional power sliding rear window, but I don't think I can get the power tilt and telescoping. Well, you know what? Hold on. Let's look at the packages. So there's a Lariat Ultimate package, right? And a lot of our customers do get the Lariat Ultimate package. So the question is, did they add any of these features to the Lariat Ultimate package? All right, so what's included in there? Because it didn't say that package changed any. So no, it actually doesn't. In fact, I don't know. Ooh. Okay, so yeah, it gives you the B&O Unleashed. It gives you the heads-up display, which they should take that out of that package. Power running boards, power sliding rear window. That's where you get power sliding rear window. The Pro trailer backup assist and hitch assist, tailgate step, and trailer reverse guidance. And then you get upgraded with the Ford Copilot Assist 2.0. That gives you the adaptive cruise, the with lane centering, predictive speed assist, stop and go. Gives you the 360 camera, Bliss with the including the trailer coverage for that, front and rear sensors, intersection assist, front and rear sensors, reverse brake assist. So that's all going to be included into that as well. But no, I mean, I was kind of hoping to see them add the power tilt and telescoping steering wheel into that package, because then it would be like, well, okay, I could probably live with the ActiveX if I had all the other features, but I don't get the power sliding rear window anymore. Or I mean, I don't get, you got to go to the Ultimate pack. I mean, a lot of our customers went with the Ultimate package anyway. So you're going to get the power tilt and telescoping steering wheel. No, wait, you don't get that. Power sliding rear window, sorry. But the tilt and telescoping steering wheel is not coming back. What else? Maybe that's enough. Anyway, but there you go. I don't know. I feel like the Lariat was hit more than any of the other trim levels in that sense. But all right, questions?
Yeah.
I don't.
Does our dealership buy out leases?
Buy out leases. Basically, what we do is when you're looking at that, if you're like in the middle of your lease, you basically have your vehicle has to become a trade-in a sense. So what we have to do is give you value on the vehicle as we're buying it, and we give you the money, and you have to pay off the rest of the lease. That's basically how that works. So you're buying off the lease to Ford, so you can take ownership of it and then trade it in.
Yeah.
And because of that, it takes a little longer to do everything because then basically it then gets titled to you, and then the title can be transferred over to us. So that's typically how that works. If there's someone in the middle of a lease, we actually have to buy out the lease. We have to basically take the vehicle as a trade, figure out what the vehicle's worth, give you that, and then you pay off the lease. So it could be done.
I'm gonna sit there and
I've
do that.
done it
Okay.
several times.
All right. If I order an F-350 Platinum, would I get it around January or February?
Hard to tell. I can't guarantee anything on Super.
I had a guy call in and say, hey, I need this for tax purposes by December. Can you get me one by then? It's a Platinum with the max recline seats, the lay flat seats. And I'm like, I cannot guarantee. We can try. We can place it. It does take a deposit, but we can try. But I cannot guarantee a single thing.
Anybody looking for a end of the year for their business tax write-off type of thing, they have to figure out what's on the dealer lot. And that's what's going to help us up. If you guys have looked at our lot, we have a lot of Super Ds out there. But you can't, think about this. Right now, they're scheduling for November build dates.
Yeah.
They're going to come in December. You don't have much time to get paperwork done. So if you got one scheduled for production now, it would be scheduled for November build dates, and then hopefully it comes in by December. I can tell you this. Some of these Super Duties are taking longer than 4 weeks to get here once they're built. So I wouldn't guarantee anything that you order now and get scheduled right away is going to be here before the end of the year. At this point, you're kind of late. You're going to have to go with something that's on the dealer lot if you're wanting to do something like that. So, but that's where it's probably going to come in handy for us. We do have a lot of Super Ds. We even have them discounted right now, amazingly.
Yes.
$57.50 off some of them. over $5,000 off on a Super Day, which is a pretty big deal. All right.
Okay. Let's see. We're going to remove that. Are the first days to order a Ford for fleet orders even later than the retail and stock, or is it the same since fleet and stock orders are priority 20 through 99?
It's usually the same. Fleet's the same time. That's why a lot of times I can kind of, in a sense, use certain things that's for fleet dealers or fleet customers and know that that's going to match pretty closely to retail and stock. So they usually go about the same time. So fleets are put in the same ordering system as stock and retails are. So.
All right. Carl was wondering, he has a Lariat Maverick with us, and he's wondering if he'll get scheduled. And he gave me his order number lower down.
I think I still have that open. All but 9 people are previewing right now.
Right.
There's only 9 that aren't. Almost all of our Lariats are previewing. If you have a Lariat, I can almost guarantee it. There's only one person that's not going to get their Lariat. Well, and we see them preview today. It could change by Thursday. They could go, oh, well, no, we changed our mind. We can't do these Lariats or whatever. Right? So.
Yep.
We have a variety, though. We also have XL and XLT. It looks like, what's I got to get these order codes, these PEP codes down. What's 100A is hybrid front wheel drive. Yeah, I think. And then I think the one is, I don't know. Well, here. If I do 100A, that is front wheel drive hybrid, basically. And then 301, 501 is going to be all-wheel drive hybrid. And then 302 is any of the ones that end in 2 is your EcoBoost all-wheel drives.
His number is D03E.
Yep. Right there.
So he's previewing right now.
Yep.
That's not a guarantee that you'll get scheduled, but it tells us that Ford is looking at it.
Looking pretty good. And so it will not have the trailer hitch assist and backup assist if it schedules. If you're wanting those features, you need to let us know, and we need to save your order instead of have it submitted, because at this point in time, if it gets scheduled for production in November, it will not have the trailer backup assist and hitch assist. Those 2 features are job 2. So if you're wanting those features, we would need to hold off to get your scheduled. In that case, we want to save your order so it's not available for them to schedule. So just, you need to make sure you know that. So,
yeah.
Right. So if you don't care about those to help you backing up a trailer and such, or back up to a trailer, then I don't use it. But to some people, that is kind of a cool feature, and it will be $300 more with those features. So they're not like free, right? You can't you can have your order now and price. I want price protection for those. That's not how that works. That's a job 2 is going to be. In fact, I think the reason they do that too is so that, like, at this point in time, they want to get everybody scheduled. Like, watch, I'll guarantee you, all the Lariats that are in the order bank are going to get scheduled for job 1s. If you have there are a lot of people like, oh, you know what? I'm just going to see, and hopefully it probably, since it took like a year for my other one to get scheduled, it probably won't get scheduled anyway. Folks, I can guarantee you, if they see a 501A in there, or a Lariat trim in there, and they see it's a job 1, they know they can't price protect that because they're going to include those features, and it'll be more. So they'll make sure those orders get scheduled.
Yes.
They will. It's kind of like when they they balanced out certain colors. Those colors got scheduled before other colors didn't.
Yeah.
So that will probably happen. So the best case scenario is that you don't have your vehicle available for being able to be available for scheduling. Basically, the dealer would go in, and instead of it saying unclean, you have it saved. So the order's in there with the date, but it's saved, so it's not available for scheduling. And then when job 2 is available, the dealer would then flip it over and submit it, and then it'll be available for job 2, and it will get the higher price. So,
Yes.
So there you go. Take on that.
All right.
What else we got?
Will the 25 Platinum Standard keep the heads-up display, or will it go to the Plus?
On the Super Duty?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Well, I went over the heads-up display as being part of that package, right?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't I?
I'm
On the Platinum
pretty
Plus?
sure.
Platinum Plus. No. Does not include heads-up display. So I believe heads-up display is probably standard then. I don't know, folks. This, you got to see this stuff. This stuff. Look how small that is. This stuff is small.
Can I get the glasses?
Gotta get the glasses for this, because even with the glasses, I don't know if I can see it. All right, so I think that King Ranch gets it heads-up display. Yes, so it's standard on King Ranch as well as Platinum. So yeah, heads-up display.
All right.
Still be included.
Will the dealer installed keypad be hardwired, or is it the stick-on? In other words, will it look like factory?
I don't believe it's a dealer installed option, so it will not probably be wired.
Okay.
None of them.
Any chance of there ever being a King Ranch Maverick? Only asking because I'd like a Sky King Ranch.
I don't know. Probably not. When people think of King Ranch being ranchers, cattle, farmers, that kind of thing, they're usually not thinking of a Maverick truck or a Ranger.
No.
So you'll usually see that
Yeah.
F-150 King Ranch and
Yeah.
Super Duties only.
They're usually actively ranching or whatnot, or they are retired, but they still like they've bought King Ranch their entire life.
Yeah, that's a name. That's a known ranch right down in Texas, right? But they also, it's like it's a trademark that they allow us to use on our trucks. We have to get their permission to be able to put those packages or trims on these other vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
So it would be up to them, but I would probably say probably not.
Now we've done like a seat upgrade on Maverick before, haven't we?
You can do, Top King does leather and upgraded seats.
So I mean, if you wanted to, the leather in those is pretty good, anyways. In my opinion, the Lariat is very King Ranch like. It just doesn't have the two-tone exterior that I associate with the King Ranch and a few other things, but the Lariat is loaded out. It has the brown interior seats.
It's a smoke truffle. It's the same as a Platinum.
Yeah. So in my opinion, the Lariat is just as good as a King Ranch.
Yeah, I think they want the King Ranch leather though. There's something about that leather.
Yeah.
It is nice. I'm an ActiveX. I like the ActiveX seats, and I'm gonna like people have said oh great, now I've heard people say, oh, so it's a vinyl. Folks, ActiveX is not vinyl. You wanna sit in a vinyl seat. I can show you the difference. I can tell you it is different.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember when we went from MKT, Lincoln MKT, that had the Venetian leather in it, right? Back then, I think it was Venetian leather, or no, it was Bridge of Wear.
Yes.
Right. She went from that to an Expedition 202A, and those seats were ActiveX.
Yes.
She went from that to the Expedition with the ActiveX.
I thought she had a Navigator in between.
Maybe. So maybe she went from the Navigator to that. But either way, she went from genuine leather to ActiveX seats.
Yes.
Without even complaining or saying anything. She didn't say, I don't like these seats or whatever. She did. I said, I even had to point it out and say, hey, what do you think of those seats? And she goes, oh, I like my leather seats. She thought they were leather. I mean, and there are some people that are like, they're not leather, and that's fine. They're not.
Yeah.
But I have them in my Mach-E. I had them in the Maverick. I have them in the Expedition.
My Fusion has cloth, but my C-Max has leather. But it's a 17 back when they didn't have that.
I will tell you, and maybe I don't spill a lot, but I will tell you that on the ActiveX seats, they are going to wear better. They won't stain. They'll wipe clean. They call them Active X for a reason. They're active wear. Also,
in my opinion, it's the way to go when you have kids.
Now, take a real leather. We've seen this in F-150s when they had the tan interior and the tan seats. How many times did you see blue?
So much.
It just absorbs those genes. Like people slide in and out of their F-150 with a lariat with a leather, in and out with their jeans, and they would leave this. Now their seats or leather have this blue tint to them.
Yes,
because they're getting in and out. Doesn't happen with the ActiveX. As
someone that detailed cars for a while, and I worked on used cars, cars that were brought in because they were getting a complimentary clean from us. That blue stains, and then they're sitting in their trucks for a long period of time as well. It just rubs. I was like, I will never get tan seats because of this, and I have tan seats. So,
yeah. So, I don't know. I'm, of course, saying that I like the King Ranch leather. I love the smell of it more than anything, and the wear. And yes, leather is softer. Now okay. What was in the Lariat? It's leather seats, but it's not King Ranch genuine leather, right? King Ranch seats are something very special, in my opinion.
Yes.
And they're different than a Lariat. I will take a ActiveX seat over the Lariat leather any day. That's just me, and that's just my opinion. But I don't feel like, I think they're realizing there too, there are more people that they're okay with that. And that's probably saves them a little bit of money too. I don't know. But
the Maverick's all about cost. It's all about staying in a budget. So I wouldn't see them doing a very luxury trim like that when they have the Lariat already there.
No. Yeah.
So anyway, my Bronco's scheduled for next week. I'm hoping I'll get a production date emailed this Thursday.
What you'll get now that you're scheduled is that you can check with your dealer to see, because sometimes that date will move and they won't email you. But the next email you'll get is that it's been built and that it's waiting inspections to be shipped out. So that should be the next, hopefully, email you get.
Yep. Now, if you want the actual day that you're scheduled for, you can certainly call your dealer or Ford and ask them, and they can certainly get that for
Ford
you.
Marketing, if you have your order number and dealer number, you can they can tell you when it's scheduled for, what day it's scheduled for. Because sometimes from when you first got scheduled 2 months ago, that date can move from week to week, and then when it gets closer, does get scheduled to the day. But that could have moved on you. It may not have known. I've seen some where they thought it was scheduled for 1 week, and then it's like, yeah, it's built, it's on its way, and it's like, wait, it's not supposed to be built till next week. So because they'll move it actually up, and then it gets actually built sooner than they thought it would. And then they get that email earlier because the last they heard was this is what it was. So
yeah. So Vols was talking, Martin, his vehicle's wrecked, and he says he nominates Martin for a priority 325 Maverick order.
Now, if they want a 24, we'll have some 24s.
Oh yeah, Brian backed out on his.
Yeah,
I already told him about that. But Vols remembers when we had copious amounts of Mavericks coming in, but we had people that weren't able to get theirs. So our McArthur salespeople had credit cards numbers on file. So if we had one that came in, instead of having to wait for you to send us your information for that deposit, they could be like, you want it? Okay, great. And then they're in the office claiming it.
And the demand's not quite like that anymore.
No, it's definitely not.
But
yeah,
definitely a guy can't put a hold on it, or they have to have a credit card to put a hold and to put a deposit on a vehicle. So that has to be showed to the desk. Otherwise, it's basically first come, first serve. So
yeah,
that does help with that.
So Martin, if you would like, you can send me your order or your build. We can either keep a lookout for a 24 or order you a 25 and try and get you scheduled quickly.
Yeah, so we'll, like I said, we'll have 23 of there'll be all but 9 that are in there right now will get scheduled this month. The rest will probably get scheduled next month.
Yeah.
In a couple weeks. Because like I said, this month was only a 3-week scheduling. That's why we had a lower number. We normally would have been able to handle all 30 of those.
Yeah.
Pretty easily. But it was because it was a short month. That's why we had a smaller number. But like for December build dates, it'd be different. So
yeah. So Chris says, can you change an order after it has been scheduled, but before it has been built? For instance, swap out 2 running boards with a removable step.
if it's close enough to when it got scheduled. So if you're getting too close to production date, then it will lock it the way it is. So if it just got scheduled, then you can call your dealer and have them try to switch it. Some dealers will say, "Oh, it's already been scheduled. We can't do anything." Well, that's not true.
But
Depends on how long ago it was scheduled.
yeah, but sometimes the dealership's policy, once it's scheduled, we won't change it. We have a couple of salesmen here that have that policy.
Sometimes they're afraid it will, and we've seen instances where they put something on there that moved it back. So
But at
October
least
10th is the
you're
build
scheduled.
date, week of the 7th. Yeah, you're probably too close. Because that's just,
They lock it about 2 weeks out. Once
Yeah.
they print the
you're probably too close at this point
yeah.
to change that. So he has, for instance, swap out the 2 running boards for the removable step. Yeah. Anyway, you might be too close, but you can always try. You can always ask the dealer, "Hey, can you try and see?" And what it'll do is, if it's locked out, there'll be a little under the there's a column there that's normally blank, and it'll have a little circle in there. If they try to make a change, then it'll tell them that they can't. It won't do anything to the order trying it. It won't like kick the order or anything else like that. It'll just tell you we can't make the changes.
So that's Martin's.
Oh. Yeah.
A vehicle rammed her at 50 miles per hour. She did a full 360.
Yep. What's a unibody? So
Yeah. Had to be helped out, taken to the ER, but they did scans and she walked out of the hospital. Not a scratch.
Yeah.
She's a bit sore though.
Yeah.
So Chevy Silverado doing 50.
Oh wow. Yeah, big truck hit him.
For that, I'd say that's a pretty good.
It didn't. I mean,
like it caved a little, but not.
It didn't like.
Not to the point where if you had a passenger there, they would be in dire straits. Like,
I mean, like you usually like a body on frame would hold up more, but that did a pretty darn good job for a unibody. So, anyway,
I keep saying it. The Maverick's a good family car that's safe.
Yeah.
Every wreck I've seen, I've not seen a wreck that has caused people to be severely injured in a single
they'll
Maverick.
get totaled more often, but just because they're a cheaper vehicle.
Well, do you remember the Escape? My 2012. They told me that no matter what type of impact you have, if you have no matter what speed of impact you have, if you are hit in the front, then you are going to have that engine drop, because they made that engine in the Escape able to drop, so that way if a front end collision caused that to be pushed back, it's not going to be pushed back into the driver. So no matter what, your 2012 Escapes are going to be totaled if they have a front end collision.
Yeah.
But they're such good vehicles. I wrecked mine. Sorry about it to this day. I would probably still have that,
Yep.
I love that thing.
Discounts on the Warren winch right now. $1,000. That's pretty cheap because it was like $2,500 at one time. That is pretty cheap, which is significantly cheaper than what just the winch alone. And we get the question is, does it come with the mount and everything, or is it just the winch? But I don't know. 925, and also use 4 pass points. Is that only available for tomorrow? 925. $9.25. I don't know. Not that I need anything else.
So Vols is asking, is the policy of changing a single-digit priority order to a 10 to make changes and asking for to change it back to a single-digit still protocol? So that was when we had those rollover orders that were put as a priority 2. If we wanted to make a change, we had to move it to a 10.
Oh, yeah, it was a 2 to 10 and then back.
Yeah.
But there for a while, too, when they first came out with those new priority codes, 3 to 9,
yes,
we had to do it then, too. Remember when when it was first introduced? I don't know if we still have to do.
I've made changes to priority 3s, priority 4s. I've made changes to those, no problem.
We got a 19 right now that I want to make a 10.
Oh, which one?
And it won't let me.
I was going to say there's one that's 19 and it's there for a reason. They want it there.
Well, it's previewing. We got 2 19s that are previewing. So that didn't help him.
No.
I think they thought a 19 would help him not get scheduled.
Yes.
Is that a lariat? That's funny.
Well, I'll go look at all the ones that are.
I'm telling you, there's only
tomorrow.
one way to not get a lariat to get scheduled right now.
I'll go look
that is to save it, not have it in there.
I'll go look at the lariats tomorrow and give those people a call and let them know, hey, did you want this? Well, yes? Okay.
Yeah. We'll talk about that later. But anyway. Let's see what else. What else we got going on? Oh, shop 924 is the code, and it comes with a full
mount cradle
with the winch.
Probably that's expired tonight.
My rough country was a little cheaper than that, but that's a pretty good deal. Can't complain by any means there. All right. Anything else? Anything Super Duty related? There's a lot of people that were like waiting for Super Duty and everything else.
Oh, can you look up? I can't get into the ordering system. Can you look up Brian's order? I have the order number.
The one that came in?
Yes.
It won't be in one building.
I know it won't, but it'll be in VinView, right?
For a little bit.
You can go.
Once it arrives, it starts to go on getting.
You can go to VinView, type in the order code, then get the VIN, and then check to see color. It involves opening a bunch of tabs, but someone's interested in the color of that one.
Well, then you can also look at our Google Doc.
I didn't put colors into our.
No, but the VIN number's there. So I'll have to look up the VIN.
Oh.
It's one of these that says Chris's name on it, right?
Yeah.
Was his a XL?
XLT.
That's this one right here.
Okay.
Assume. All right. So a lot of things don't really take that long to do at a dealership. It's just if there's more, a lot of people are waiting or whatever. Okay, so what was his order number? CO3H?
Yes.
All right, so it is carbonized gray.
Oh, okay. So
it's a hybrid, XLT hybrid, right?
Moondoggy. It's an XLT hybrid, carbonized gray.
Hitch, Copilot 360.
Hitch and Copilot 360.
Non-Lux.
Okay. If that sounds like something you would like, please send me an email.
Did anything change on SGX?
By the way, neither Tim nor I sell these vehicles. I'm not a sales associate. So if you would like to purchase with us, we will have to hand you off to a sales associate. We do have some great ones, though.
I'm in marketing. That's pretty much what I
do.
All right.
I get calls. Oh, can I work with Tim? I'm so sorry. We don't sell the cars.
Yeah, they don't have in here that the SGX appearance package changed any. So it seems to be it's the same. So yeah, that's all. Like what I mentioned is, things that are changed or were new or deleted. So that package did not change. I really don't know why the black appearance package they said changed. But when I looked at the black appearance package and compared it to last year's, the only thing I noticed the changes was some wording of some things. So like, there was like the running boards, like I think on the wheels instead of now they say 20-inch ebony black painted wheels, and before I think it just said black painted. Little things like that. They just changed the wording on it. They did change at one point. It said in there that that it said XLT and Lariat single rear wheel, and then below that it says single rear wheel. So they just changed some wording, but all the features are the same on the black appearance package. So I looked, and they're all the same features are there. They're just changed. They changed a few of the wording on it, but they just made it easier to understand. So I hate that they said it was changed because it really wasn't. All right. Anything else?
Did you go over the STX package? Did anything change?
I just talked about that.
I started this one. A deer hit me when I was doing 88 miles per hour. I was in my 24 Maverick. It only cracked / broke my grill. I see the deer hit me because I don't hit things. Things hit me. All right. Those are all the questions I have.
There are some people that said some things, and I will have to agree. So, where's my cursor? So the black tailgate is standard on the Platinum unless you choose the Platinum Plus, I think is what you mean. There. And like I think they had said something else on there too. Where did I see that? Can't remember where I saw that. Oh yeah, here I think Super Duty people that order Platinum trim don't want blacked out trim. So on the F-150, they made a black appearance package on the F-150 Platinum black appearance package. So in the F-150, they did is they made it standard with the black appearance package, and then you went to the Platinum Plus and you got the Chrome, or basically the Limited. But I agree, if you want let them add a black appearance package. But I think they're trying to make things simple. But like, here's the deal. Like here, I actually have the prices in here in the back. So I do agree. I think they messed up in a lot of areas here. Okay. For one, they really messed up the Lariat. So they really took away some things in the Lariat trim. And I won't say messed it up. I would just say they took some things away that I think a lot of Lariat customers for years and years, they're not going to be happy. But also that Platinum. So how much is that Platinum Plus package? Where's that? Come on out, wherever you are. All right, now if Platinum Plus it would have said it was a job too, right?
Yes, Platinum Plus for the Chrome.
Well, it helps if I look at the right model. Helps if I look at the right model year. All right, Platinum Plus package. All right. There's a lot of options here, folks. Looking at the pricing to see, there's the Ultimate package. I'll get to it. There it is, Platinum Plus, $6,500. That's actually not as much as I thought it'd be. So you got to add, $6,500 to get the look of what you had before, but you get a bunch of other things, that the ownership stuff, that's kind of cool. I don't know. Every time I was reading through the ownership stuff, I don't know if you guys caught that or not, but I mean, look at the Platinum Plus experience, right? Managed care, elite welcome call. That's what your salesperson should be doing. Your one-to-one texting with a Ford truck expert. You get one of me. You get a Platinum Plus, you get a me. Anyway, no, I mean, man, there's so many things, and there's things in there that I'm just like, welcome call. You get a concierge person. You get texting with a Ford truck expert. That's your salesperson. When have we lost? I don't know. Just like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Some of those things, I'm just like, I get the discount on um, the 20% off on Ford accessories. That's pretty cool, right? But for only 90 days. But usually you're going to get those in the first 3 months anyway. But I mean,
Yeah.
you basically get a salesperson that you can call that'll return your call. Maybe we need to come up with a McArthur experience.
I'd say
That's
I
what a
handle
salesperson
it.
should do. That is what everybody should be doing. As if you're a salesperson and you sell a car, you make money, you're there to take care of that customer after the sale. Otherwise, they're not going to come back. Anyway,
I'd say I'd handle it, but I don't want to go through sales training.
that also goes to show you right there of how valuable it is to a customer to have an educated person that helps them.
Mhm.
Right?
I help enough customers doing what I do. Like,
There are some people like, you know what? I know my stuff. I don't need anybody's help. I'll just go give me the best price. I'm not going to see the salesperson or talk to them ever again. And they're okay with that. There's some people that
want a connection.
they need help, right? They
Yeah.
want to work with somebody that knows their stuff, right? That they feel like, okay, well, how many times have we ordered something came in and they're like, yeah, we didn't know that was available or on that, or why doesn't it have that? I'm like, well, you have to get this option to get that.
Mhm.
What? I'm like, that's your job as a salesperson to know that. Anyway, yeah. Anyway, oh well. Mom McArthur, I sure hope, and I really think that we do a really good job. We have a really good sales staff, but that do follow up after the sale. So, and
Yeah.
so not all dealerships are that way, but hopefully you get that experience here. So, and I think looking at a lot of I mean, I get to see all of the Google reviews and such.
Mhm.
And I get fortunate enough to be able to see all those reviews, whether they're positive or negative. And I think our
I
guys
have a feeling
our
if I
guys do a pretty
started
good job.
selling, I'd create my own live stream.
Anyway, so there we go. There's that. Anything else we need to cover? Any other questions? Be kind. What do you say? Care about the customer even if they don't need a thing. Be kind, right?
Yeah.
I thought you were saying I need to be kind because I wasn't being kind. I ran out of Mountain Dew. I'm thirsty. No. Anyway.
Do you know when the build and price will go up on Ford's website for Super Duty?
It's not there. I hope so. Let's check. Sometimes it's hidden. So let's see if we can find it. Go to Ford here. Let's bring you all in on this here so you guys can see what I see. Here, let's remove that. And let's go to this. I like that view. Okay, we got. Here, let's make this look right. Okay, so we go to vehicles. We go to trucks, vans, and all that. We go to Super Duty. What do we get? So there's 24 model year build and price. There's 25. So we click 25. All the other vehicles are kind of like this. Now, if we go to 25, nope, there's no build and price. Well, that's not cool. There's one other place to look. We'll see if it's there. Sometimes it's hidden down here. Okay, well, let's go back to the top.
Sent them back to 2024 when they tried to build one.
Yeah. So shop. If you go to shop, build and price, sometimes they're here. Oh no. Don't take me. There we go. All right. So now what if happens if we go down here?
To
Nope. So sometimes it'll be down here
well, you
or
keep
under
going.
future vehicles.
That's what I was going to say. Go to future vehicles.
Nope. I don't know. They don't tell us. Oh my gosh. That goes into the where I was so frustrated this morning when I was like, okay, they got this article that went out on media.4.com, which I really wish I'd gotten a heads up on that going out so I could have had something ready. And they said order banks are open, and I'm like, no, they're not. We don't even have an order guide yet. Like, when are we going to get an order guide? And then an hour later, we had it. I'm like, great, we got an order guide. We can't order yet. Now we can order. We don't have a build and price website.
Yeah.
I did submit our order guide over to the person that makes it for our website. So hopefully we'll have it up in a day or two. But if
Super
not,
Duty might take a little bit.
yeah, it might
longer.
take them a little longer. And hopefully they don't just like repurpose what they had and just change things, because there are some major changes. That's why I like when I do my videos, that's why it'll take me a little while to get the notes, is that I don't just take last year's notes and then go, okay, here, this is gone, this is back. I actually start from scratch over again with the XL trim, and I build onto that when I do my build and price. So anyway, I hope it's ready when I get that ready, because I like being able to use the images from that. And if I need to, I'll just use 24 model year and go through do it that way.
Yeah.
And do it my version. I probably won't. I'm getting kind of tired of covering all the standard equipment or the options. I think on Super D last time I did I did. Here's the ones that are optional on all trim levels. But I don't know. I don't know if I'll do. I might do factory options, but not do like DIOs and stuff.
Yeah.
We'll see. I can think about that. But there we go. What else? As off if you are going to have Blue Cruise. No, I haven't seen Blue Cruise anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's capable of being able to do Blue Cruise. It's just, I mean, I got Adaptive Cruise just a couple years ago, and I guess it's really Adaptive Cruise is really the start of Blue Cruise. It only takes the sensors and such. So I think there's some other things. I think it has to have E-Pass for the Blue Cruise to work. And I don't think these trucks have electric power assist steering. I think there's something else that's on F-150s and some of the other vehicles that can get Blue Cruise that the Super Duty doesn't have. It's just because of, yeah. I don't remember. Anyway. Yeah, I think it needs like Blue Cruise, or I think it needs the E-Pass electric power assist steering for that to be able to be used. I'm trying to look for the mechanical features. What's steering and all that. I don't see steering in here. I don't know. Anyway. Yeah, I don't think it has some of the capabilities. All right. I'm not sure, but Blue Cruise isn't available that I could see. And that would have been a big deal of showing that it was available. It was part of it. So it's not in there. Yeah.
You see the one, Tim has advanced forward information. He'll be Doc Brown when he says having information about future can be extremely dangerous.
It also needs a 360. Yeah, it does have 360 camera. So Super Duty comes, like a lot of the trim levels come standard with 360 degree camera. And I can't remember where you get that. Man, this is really hard to see. I know last year it was a 360 degree camera package, and now it's a 360 camera. So I think Lariat and above gets the 360 degree camera. Where would that be listed under? Oh, it'd be under the standard, which it's so small. All right. Where's your Copilot 360? 360 degree camera is standard on Lariat and above. whether it's optional on a XLT. I think it is, because I did see 360 camera on the optional price list. I don't know. I thought it was available on XLT trim, but it might be the premium package that you get that. Oh, wait. Oh, no. I don't know. Let's look. 360-degree camera is part of the STX appearance package. So you can even get it on XL. So that means it's probably part of the, it's part of the XLT premium package. So that's how you basically get 360-degree camera on any trim level now with the right package and standard on there and above. So. All right. Anything else? Any other questions?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, you're right. It does use electric steering for the trailer backup assistance. So reverse guidance and the backup assist and everything. So, yeah. I don't know. There's something that it needs that it doesn't get. And that's why Blue Cruise isn't available. Otherwise, they would try to make sure it's in there. So, anyway. All right. Any other questions? Like I said, we'll be breaking these down eventually and
last
everything.
call for questions.
Yep, last call for questions. And do we have any more after this? We got to get these order guides through, right? Because what's the next order bank? I always look at that. I'm like, okay, what's next? What opens up next? October. Yeah, we got the next one's coming up will be Mustang Mach-E, Bronco, Ranger. That will be next. Expedition shortly after that. I'm excited about Expedition because we're looking to trade up on our Expedition. So looking forward to seeing what that order guide looks like and pricing and such for 25 model year. So I'll be looking forward to that. All right. But if you're into Bronco stuff, there's a fun thing going out tomorrow I can't talk about. So, but we'll have something on it. Check out my social on that. It's in the morning. I can't remember what time, but that'll happen in the morning. And it's just something fun that I think it's something you can enter into. I won't talk about it much because they've been given the information, but so I can't really talk about it. But there's some stuff on Bronco 6G if you want to go there and look it up.
Yeah.
Actually, kind of made me mad that somebody had it out there, and I'm like, well, wait a minute. So because I was sent the information, I can't talk about it, but they got these people in here that are posting stuff that they really shouldn't be.
Yeah. Douglas, others are not allowed to post links in YouTube chats. If you want to send that over to Tim, he says that he has a link for Super Duty prices for 2025.
Oh, I have them right here. I have the price list here. For other people?
Yes.
Oh, so it's probably out on some forum somewhere.
Yes.
Yeah. I was actually going to compare and see if prices went up or if how they changed. Here's 25.
See, Martin, I don't even know what he's talking about. He hasn't even told me what's coming out tomorrow, but we can't talk about.
So prices did go up about $400 or just under $400. It looks like from, if you look at regular cab XL 2-wheel drive, last year was $44,970. And when I say last year, it was July of 24. So I'm not talking about the beginning of last year. I'm talking about in July. Prices went up $330 basically. Now let's look at maybe a crew cab 4x4, because then you platinum. Let's look at like a fully loaded crew cab 4x4 platinum, right? It's now 77,865. 77,865. Wow. So platinum didn't go up a penny. Wow. Amazing. So last year, limited was 97,095. This year, it would be a platinum plus. So you're talking 77.8 plus the 66. You're still in the 80s. There might be some other things that are included in limited that aren't now. Oh, yeah. Because it included the high output diesel engine. That's 12,000. There's 13,000. There's your difference. There's your difference. There's your difference. Is that high output was standard on the limited last year, and it is now optional. So, but that is an option though. So instead of going, well, I want limited, and I don't, I'm okay with the 6.7. Well, there you go. So, but I think on platinum though, the platinum comes standard with a 7.3 liter. So that's a change that they made, right? Was that they wanted a 7.3 on more trim levels. So that's standard. So the package is 77,865. You still have to go to the Power Stroke is 10,500. So it's really 87 and some change. Anyway, there you go. But interesting. But if you look at the order guide side by side, it's about the same pricing for most of them. So really, they did, I think, a pretty good job of not increasing it, because that was from July. And I don't know from the very beginning of last year how much it changed, but I don't think there were a lot of price increases throughout the last year. I might be wrong. Those of you who are following Super Duty probably know better than I do, but I think they did a pretty good job. So what I really want to see is if they're going to do any private offers for people on F450s, because there's still over 10,000 orders not scheduled. So the question is going to be, but one of the things you noticed is for 24 model year that the Ohio assembly plant, most of those 10,000 orders are for those like commercial trucks and such like that. They're not like most of the F250 buyers, ones made in Kentucky, are getting scheduled. It's the F450s and such. So they are continuing for production to go into January for 24 model year, which is the first time I've seen them do that. So there you go. But there you go. Did he post it here? What did he say?
Delete the spaces and add HTTPS. I still don't see anything.
Not from him. But it is sometimes when it goes over, we can see it, but everybody else can't. Does he try doing that? Like I can see it in here. Like we won't be able to see it down here in this chat, but I would be able to see it in YouTube.
No, we can't see it.
Have him try one more time.
He sent me an email.
Oh, there you go. Could do it that way.
There it is.
Yep.
Okay. As moderators, we can add it.
There you
go. If I know how to find my tab.
All right.
There you go.
Oh, and that's on Ford.com.
Mike 52G, if you want to add a hard rolled cover, I would suggest doing that as soon as possible, or we can certainly wait until it's here and get a hard cover on it for you.
Well, Henry, he's just now joining in.
Oh, he was here earlier.
He was. He left evidently because he'd really been talking. So colors went away. Rapid Red, Ruby Red replaced Rapid Red. Iconic Silver went away. And then we have Avalanche Gray is new. So we have 2 new colors, 2 exiting colors. We need to get your order in. So we need to talk tomorrow. All right. Okay.
All right.
What's in Tim's cup? Nothing now. Let's go. All right. That's all we got. Good stuff. All right. So yeah, part of that video we talked about earlier with all the changes. Well, I'll edit that to go live. I might have to throw a little intro into it, and an ending onto it, just so it makes sense. But we'll have that go live tomorrow morning. We'll get that rolling, and yeah, we'll get that available for everybody. So yeah. All right. Sounds good.
All right.
All right. All right. I think that's all we have for tonight. So hope you guys had a great time. And hopefully you guys have a great week as well. Yeah.
Yes.
Anything else?
No.
All right. Well, thanks guys for joining us. Appreciate it. And hope you got some information from it. And until next video, stay positive, be kind to one another.
And be kind to yourself.
We'll see you later.